Doing well, doing well. I think Howard or Danny, depending on how you want to refer to him as, will be joining us later in on this session. And oh my God, wait, where are my minis? So we'll have him. Sorry, I'm gonna go grab everyone's minis. I think they're still downstairs. Right back.
Yanni.
What's going on, guys?
Oh. Huh? Yeah. Yo.
All right,
we're all back. We're all good now, right?
Heck yeah.
Yeah. All right, sweet. So people that are watching us on Twitch, we no viewers yet. It's no problem. We're just going to do a little write-up to get this intro in. Going. It's been a busy week. How's everyone's week been going? Doing good? Yanni jumping in, Tony jumping in.
Oh, yeah.
Rick's been building furniture.
He's
been building.
Again?
Every day. Furniture, exercise equipment, bikes, treadmills. Not like bikes, exercise bikes.
Still.
They move, but they don't move.
Is this your side hustle?
This is what I've been doing.
This is the great big scam. This is how you're gonna make it big.
Ricky, I don't know with you sometimes, you know.
This is my current getting through.
Cool.
Hey man.
Get it done.
That rocks.
It's keeping me busy.
All right. Sorry.
I got a couple guys making me offers on a Masters of the Universe lot that I just put up 2 days ago.
Oh, the figures?
Yeah, that's my side hustle right now.
Hell yeah.
Like the original ones from the 80s or the
80s ones. I had a bin of like 40 something that I was going through. I was like, oh man, probably most of these are like broken and none were broken. And most were complete with like, I found, I was on a website to find, okay, this guy has this weapon. And so I put it up and I've had a couple offers already, like 500-600. So I'm waiting on one more guy to see if he'll do 650 and you can have it, brother. Take it.
Are you doing eBay or Mercari?
Mercari, but I have two guys on Marketplace. I put it on Marketplace just for shits. I was like, I wonder if there's any like local people who do, and I got like the most messages there.
Nice.
Of people, they were all trying to pay me very under 200. I was like, dude, I know that this is worth 1,200. I looked it all up. I'll do it for half, but like knowing that you'll make money from it.
Right.
Well, it's part of it.
You know.
All right, guys.
Don't feel like pizzing it out. All right, DM, what's up, brother?
All right, man. Guys, let's do this. Let's get into some D&D. As I get this little transitioning going, people watching, they've been hearing this, but they've just been seeing this great just network cover screen. Tony, is it you, the one viewer? Is it you?
I've got
it. All right, tell me how this looks. Does this do a nice clean transition to you, or did that just do a quick cut?
All right, so I'll let you. Oh, it was like a
fade or no?
It was a little delayed, but I saw the fade. But it was like one frame of fade.
One frame of fade.
Smooth fade, but it was a fade.
You know what? We'd be able to afford someone to do production if we had you guys following live on the Twitch and subscribe. And please, everyone, welcome into our campaign. I'm the Dungeon Master, Anthony. This is the network's BICBP radio network campaign kicking off from the podcast precinct, the Faybala 5. I am the dungeon master. Growing his hair out for the new year, and it's starting to become a pain. Ricky, I see this beard. I don't know how you maintain it, and it doesn't bother you, man. If I had this up here, I don't know.
I cut off the parts that get in my food, and that's about it.
How many years, buddy? How many years is this?
This one? Like maybe a year? I've been trimming it.
A year? Look at that thing. Holy.
Well, it's perfect timing because, guys, we have... Oh, look at him. What's with the hat? We got Danny coming in. We haven't even started, man. Welcome in. We are live.
Awesome. What's up? Am I coming through okay? Sweet. Okay.
No, you're doing good. You're good.
Awesome.
You're good, man. All right, guys, welcome in, everyone. Thank you so much for this delayed intro. We are I am the Dungeon Master. We are running with the Faybala 5 as our guest, John from Keep Flying, joining in as Yanni, the Elven Ranger from the land from down under. I don't know. We don't know where you're from. No, we haven't gone into Yanni's real backstory, have we?
Australian elves.
No, maybe in game, maybe at some point in game it'll happen, you know?
But out in game, it hasn't happened. So we don't know where you're from. You're just a traveler that has popped in and come across the Faybala 5 as they are traveling through the Feywild and specifically the Vale of the Long Night. It is a dark, desolate part of the Feywild. You had slain a young white dragon, known as the Frigid Snap, releasing Howard's bind to this oasis where the Green Warden laid protection over. Upon feeling kind of outed and kind of like left with a lust for gold, you went and sought out this white dragon's lair, climbing amongst this giant structure of ice, hundreds of feet tall amongst the plains. You went in, fought some dragonborn looking demons, devils, fought some kobolds, joined back up with Yanni as he had disappeared during your trek to this lair. And amongst a back-to-back session of encounters, you had discovered these kobolds with a white dragon egg that had these crystals growing off of it. Where the white dragon had said, protect the egg, don't let the demon take it. You were shown the egg and proceeded to shoot the egg out and kill it. Fast forward after this interaction with this, the party killed off the rest of the villains and are now in the lair of the white dragon. Found a little bit of gold, not really content and okay with the amount that they found. It seems maybe the scratchings of a horde. Possibly there is more within this ice structure. Possibly there are other wonders hidden throughout it. Who knows? We pick up with their party. Coming back. What are you guys doing? You all had taken a long rest. Had started a fire. There was one entrance in this giant lair that a red dragonborn known as Drachni had come out to you. Which, give me a moment, I will text Danny the letter that he had picked. What do you guys want to do?
Yeah.
So we never figured out what was up with the claw, right? We never finished
No, like I used an arcane lock and locked maybe one of the fingers in place, but we never really figured out that puzzle.
It's up to you guys. So what do you guys want? Do you guys want to go mess with the lock more the next day? Or are you guys going to try and to do more arcane wonderings on it? Or
I think the claw was still frozen over, wasn't it?
the claw was frozen over, and as the ice was starting to melt, it was kind of the presence of a white dragon and being in the Vale of the Long Night. It's already cold enough. So Azoth kind of put a block of ice around it, and it started to kind of melt away when he stopped messing with it. But the persistent frigid temperature of this cave has kept it frozen solid still.
Okay. Well, do we want to mess around with this and see if we can figure this out before we head on?
What was the
Still a whole room we gotta check out back down that way.
yeah.
Okay, then we can move on.
I have a feeling we'll have to double back to get out, but we should probably see what's up here while we're up here.
Yeah, I agree with that.
One moment, finishing the last bit of a letter being sent.
Mhm.
Ding, autocorrect. There.
Where was the other room?
All right, you guys are looking for the other room. There was no other room. So what happens is when you walked in through the cave entrance, upon investigation and seeing the low lighting that is coming from this giant chamber, there was a side entrance into here from the far right, and also that's where the red dragonborn Drachni had come from, as well as when you walked into this chamber from this the main entrance, the wall directly across from you all, there were 3 different tunnels that you see kind of burrowing past. Kind of like small 5-foot tall single person tunnels that were kind of like hand burrowed out and scrawled out, scratched and burrowed out.
I think Yanni wanted to check out the Drachnius tunnel. Could be wrong though.
Yeah, no, I wanted to go along in there too. Check that out.
I think we're all in agreement then.
You set up all 3. Thanks. You good?
I would like to go last.
Okay.
At the back of the line.
Yeah. Okay.
That's fine. I get his treasure.
Well,
All right. You guys take Azoth. So you had collected the bones of this babied white dragon that had these like giant emerald crystals growing out of and protruding out of its spine.
Yeah.
Are you keeping the skeleton here with like the remnants and the remains of the campfire that you guys had just had throughout the night? Or are you going to try and carry these bones with you?
How much progress have I made on getting them onto my my cloak or my cape and my hood?
You've had minimal progress.
Minimal progress.
You're going to want to probably take time, devoted time, and just stashed away and just concentrate on something like this if you're going to want to. But you guys can do it at a later time. You can go off adventure today. We could do today's session. Then when you guys are done, just say, I'm going to take the next 2-3 days. We're going to long rest here and do this.
All right.
Take your time with that, but there's consequences and just outcomes of that.
I'll slap the skull on my head. I can leave the rest by the fire and come back for it.
Okay. Cool. You guys head to this tunnel that you see Drachni had come through. It burrows out as it splits down 2 ways. One direction veers off to the right, upward at a nice steady incline, where the right kind of burrows down and shoots off for 15 feet. And it looks like there's almost a drop. Which way do you go? This cut tunnels. Right now, the ground is pack and shard and considered difficult terrain. AC terrain that is hard to kind of trug through and kind of, it's either slippery or where it's rough, it's too jagged and sharp. So walking with boots is kind of awkward to step on. So you're taking your time to walk around this. As well as the space is just enough for single file. It's 5 foot tall. So who's going where and who's leading the direction? You want guys go down this tunnel?
I'll be in the middle.
Yeah, I think Remus is in the front.
Remus, you're leading down this tunnel. You push in through this path that Drachni had come out of, apparently. You walk in 5 feet, kind of pace, taking your time to step around. You see you hit a wall that goes off to the right one way and a tunnel that goes off to the left.
So it's just the tunnel to the left.
tunnel to the left and the tunnel to the right that kind of goes up it and veers up the sliding angle.
All right. Well, if we're trying to get to the core of this thing, I feel like we should go left.
Go left. Go left 15 feet. You see pushing just beyond it, there is a hole that is dark. And you see it just drops. It is enough for just single file kind of body shoots just kind of dropping through it.
Can I look through? Like, can I see it all through it with my dark vision?
You'd be able to see what 60 feet down with dark vision. You see a 60 feet drop that goes further into darkness beyond your vision, and the wall looks kind of burrowed out and kind of like hollowed out, kind of like with claws and kind of just scrapings. Looks kind of rough, but you can take time to kind of probably, body to body, back to back, maybe work your way down, or rock wall kind of climb your way down. It is a 4-foot circle drop.
So, would I would be safe to assume that this was not created by the dragon, but by a smaller creature.
Smaller creature, something that almost like burrows.
I will lead us to the other way and say, "Oh no, we should go up."
You
Can
go
I
up.
roll an animal handling check to see if I smell any animals?
Be a perception check.
Okay, I'll take it.
Treasures will usually have magic. Some
Okay.
dragons would keep some magic items too, right? Typically in their treasure.
Are you asking this or are you asking me?
I'm asking the group, right? Like theoretically, most dragons would keep. All right.
They keep all the cool shit and shiny shit, from what I recall.
I also want to cast detect magic then too.
All right. Detect magic. That is just a visual, correct? What you see around you?
30 feet around, yeah.
30 feet around you. You looking around at your friends, you guys all light up, covered in magical items. Even Yanni, there's a few pieces on him now that from what he has been given, you see light up. 30 feet. There is a faint glow beyond your vision. Just because you're kind of looking through ice, kind of looking down in a southern direction, because they kind of below you, and angled off, kind of below where the chamber would be. There looks to be something kind of glowing, just kind of like bing, and you're like, whoa, what's in the middle of this thing? Like, we could burrow directly in that direction.
How relay the information.
Just faintly. You can't tell what it is. You just kind of see a glow.
And that was while he was looking down, like through that hole?
Yeah, you just kind of know. It's just more of him looking down and looking at the ground, it being ice.
Right, got
just
it.
kind of seeing through like the glass and the magic emanating through it.
Interesting.
Beyond his vision, so you can't tell what you're looking at, but you saw a magic radiant sun.
Right.
From something. So you guys can go right and head upwards or attempt to go in the direction of what just lit up for Azoth.
Remus, what are you thinking?
I mean, I've got 50 feet of hempen rope. I hope someone else in the party has more rope that we can tie it together and just kind of rappel down this tunnel, or down this hole, I suppose.
I have 100.
Oh, then
Huh.
I might just use your piece of rope.
It's covered in oil.
Home Alone style.
He's got it prepped, ready to go. He's skilled at scaling a oiled rope, though. He's got proficiency with that.
Slippy. I mean, I don't know. My initial vibe is that is like a little I mean, it's probably fine, but there may be no hole the other way. But maybe we just go down the hole. I don't know.
Like I'm for going down the hole. I'm pretty sure it's a nest of some sort, and maybe we should stick with the tunnel to the right and go up. We can always come back.
Yeah, I think we should do the tunnel and then come back maybe, unless we just cast some things down this hole, truly hoping for no consequence.
You would have to, if you're trying to get to this magic location within this kind of multi-layered structural, like solid, like giant structure of ice you'd have to get to, you'd want to go down this hole. And then you're going to probably have to move over in some direction and go somewhere else.
Hmm.
Can I
Kind of like at a diagonal angle.
What's up, Fix?
Can I just try and like break some ice to see how easy it is to like burrow through?
Make an attack roll with the ice. What are you hitting with your mace?
Yeah, but I'm gonna turn the sparks off. Just a regular mace.
Okay.
You're just talking like the floor we're standing around, right?
Just like the wall or something. Not the
Okay.
I say the floor directly underneath Remus's feet.
We can do that. I'm too far away though. 12. Does 12 hit the wall?
12. As you swing it at the wall, you make contact, and there is a small little, but then it stops.
All right, a couple more of these, and we're golden.
I mean, are you about to swing at the wall and see what happens? See you guys?
I think you should, to be straight up.
I'll do one more.
Oh, be careful. Make an attack roll.
15.
What'd you hit?
15.
15. You swing it, whack. There's a small little, just enough.
Surely
Not
one
enough to
more.
deal damage yet.
All right, I'm gonna do one more. Unless anyone's trying to stop me.
Third time's the charm.
15 again.
We're rooting you on.
You throw another swing, and you're not hitting enough to deal damage to it. You're just making contact. You're just busting, just chipping just enough in.
Surely someone's
You
there.
have a small spot where you're kind of smacking it, and it's not busting and breaking through yet.
We should totally head upstairs now.
Thanks, keep hitting that thing. I say you hit it till it breaks.
All right, hit again.
Okay, make an attack roll.
8.
8. I mean, you're swinging through. You're gonna start breaking and start shattering ice. You see little parts of dust and is being shaved over, and ice shavings are kind of like fluming into people's faces as you're swinging this mace in the hallway.
I scoop some up to make a snow cone.
You have enough for a snow cone easy after the wild.
I'm gonna try the
swings.
other side of the wall.
Make a attack roll the other side of the wall. See how bad it is.
Oh, natural 1.
Natural one. You start swinging, and you are slowly tiring yourself out as it is now cold in here, and it's like that you've been shoveling for 20 minutes out in the freezing cold, and you have that like burst of energy, and now you're like, ooh, it's cold, and I'm not warmed up enough yet, and I now have started to exert my energy. You're not making any progress into breaking the walls.
I'm
You're
gonna
now a little
crawl-
tired.
I'm gonna kind of crawl up on Azoth's back like a piggyback and just say,
Okay.
turn into something with fur, please. I'm cold.
All right.
Don't feel obligated to waste your wild shape on me.
I've got him to use. See, what can I do here? Hold on.
This wild shape lookup is brought to you by Oogie Games, 2406 Military Road, Niagara Falls, New York, 14304. Buy, sell, trade, or get your games fixed at Oogie Games.
Actually, can you wild shape into something that can burrow?
Actually,
Be a little easier than what I'm drawing.
That could be. I mean, that's something you could work on.
Work on. We're gonna make it happen.
All right. I like to see where this is going to go.
let's see here. Badger.
Oh
Badger?
yeah.
Can a
Badger-
badger burrow through solid ice?
I don't know. Let me see what it can do.
I mean, you can easily, if you're trying to burrow through ice, you can easily shape water your way down.
I could theoretically make us a path to go down, guys, like a water slide again.
I would like it to be said, I feel like there would be some structural integrity that's going to be compromised by you constantly shifting the water throughout this and readjusting it. At some point, I feel that there would be some integrity compensated.
I'm just
There'd
going to
be a
throw this
check.
out there. I'm pretty sure an ice sculptor from like a fair is a very low CR creature. They're very skilled, but I'm sure he could wild shape into something with a chainsaw.
Well, I'm just reading about badgers over here.
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain that you'd be able to burrow through the ice. Their claws are insane. When you transform, are you transform into like the normal size badger, or is it kind of like an oversized of the same
I
thing?
think you can get giant sized. I think
Yeah. So if
with under CR, what's the challenge
badgers?
ratings for you?
I've got them for 0 to a quarter right here. Let me see what a badger is. A badger is a giant badger is a quarter.
You can be a giant badger,
I could be a giant badger.
which is like
AC of 10. Oh, burrow 10 feet. I can burrow.
there you go. So you can burrow as a giant
Yeah.
badger.
All right.
I'll let you burrow through the ice. I'm not going to fight that.
and it's hairy, so Finks can stay warm too at the same time. Do you want to ride me as a giant badger, Finks?
Of course.
Mushroom,
go.
mushroom, mushroom, mushroom.
Giant badger it is.
So you guys see Azoth look around at you guys, pull a bone out from his pocket, break it as he turns into a giant, large badger. I don't know. You can imitate the giant badger for me all you want on camera. I don't care. Giant badger at Azoth there. He is nice and toasty and warm. You Finks rolling in his fur, letting all the fur and his streak of hair that's got this mohawk look kind of has this it's wrapping over in you. You kind of wrap it over like a blanket. Getting warmed. Okay. So you guys gonna burrow.
Start
Make
burrowing
a intelligence check
down. All right.
with your stats to know if you can remember where to burrow in the direction of this magical blip, if that's where you're going.
19.
Easily enough. You guys start to follow as this giant badger walks back into the part of the entranceway of where this little side cave burrowed out from, leans down and starts to dig into the ground through the hard shaved ice and just pushing through and just start pushing through and clawing its way through the solid ice at a downward angle. How steep of an angle are you going to try and go at this? Are you trying to go down, or like if you go from where you're at, you're looking at about this much of an angle?
That's enough that they could slide down and probably not get hurt. So
Probably.
yeah.
All right.
That's like a nice 45. We're good with that.
Nice. So you start burying your way down. You travel down for about 10 minutes or so, just pushing through, crawling and kind of just, or crawling and scraping through the ice, as finally you go almost 100 or so feet. You feel a break as you push through your one claw, as you feel open air. Badger can see, or are they blind?
We can see. I got
You
dark
see?
vision. I got dark
Vision. Okay. What you're looking at is a 50-foot by 20-foot room, 50-foot wide by 20-foot deep. Your hair as you're in the ceiling, as you are 20 feet above a boxed room, and you see a sarcophagus come like a tombed, like in a box. Is it not sarcophagus? Is it
A tomb.
tomb? You're in the air. You're kind of like poking out through the ceiling at the corner of an angle. What are you doing? You gonna fall into this, or you're 20 feet in the air roughly?
Still cast spells? Can you do something and make shape water and help yourself?
Not
Not
while
as-
he's in.
Not as a badger.
Not as a badger.
That's what I didn't know.
It's all
But-
good. Higher level druid, I believe, does that.
Yeah.
What up, Jeff?
I could, since we've already dug through for the most part, I guess I could shift back and then water shape like stairs down or something like that.
Could.
Finks, you want to hop off so I can do that?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna start doing the detect magic. Well, hold on. Is there any footholds for me? is there a place for me to go?
I mean, there would be just a burrowed out hole that is probably has like like a little bit of carvings of where Azoth's giant badger body would be clawing into the ice. So you could probably find some part, as if everyone's also been kind of like following and like pushing their way down and kind of butt sliding through these rivets that I'm sure Azoth kind of like scrawled out.
Okay.
So you could slide off.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll kind of like wedge my shield and kind of hold on to that.
You gonna cast detect magic though?
If I can do that while not slipping.
Make a dexterity check as you go to try and slide off of him.
15.
All right, you get off. There's a moment that you go to slip a little bit and almost catch your footing, but you quickly reach out after Howard's hand, grabbing him and kind of catching him in place and just hold him set up. Azoth, you still a giant badger, or are you shifting into Azoth again?
I'm gonna brace myself, shift into Azoth, and try and get us some formation down.
All right, make a dex save as you shift, and you immediately, as you kind of compress, gravity takes fold, and you go to fall a little bit, and you go to tumble forward.
4.
4. You go to shape into shape back into Azoth, and as you guys do, you all see Azoth shrink back into himself and start to somersault forward and fall through the hoop, the giant hole that he, as a badger, has carved out. Azoth, you fall. Make a dex check. Make a dexterity save as you go to fall through the hole.
8.
8. You take 12 points of damage as you go whack, smack on an icy, solid. It's to a point where it's not just icy and like brittle. It's like solid stone ice. You know, that ice that's been sitting on the driveway that everyone's been driving their car over for the past 3 months. Yeah, it's like a brick. And next to you, you cracked your head very closely to, but not on, is the edge of this tomb that you can now see is almost a cement, almost a stoned, slabbed tomb. Okay. And there's almost these carvings on it, but you can't tell.
I'll rub my head and shape something for them to get down.
Okay. You get up, and what are you shaping for them to get down?
Just some kind of like gradual slope or slide. Nothing that they have to be dexterous about. They can just kind of shoot on down.
All right. Hook up your hands and start to swirl some of the water as it curves down into a small little slide that forms into a set of staircases that they can kind of step their way down a little bit. Easy enough about you guys. You guys pop down through the hole. You are in this chamber, 50 foot by 20 feet, 25 feet tall. It is the walls, solid ice carved out. To the right from where you came down, to the far end of the wall, there is a small little 4.5 feet archway, almost like a door archway that was just kind of carved out of this ice. And it looks like it has got like an engraving carvings on it. What are you guys doing?
I want to finish doing the ritual detect magic in this room.
Weird.
All right. You see a magic presence coming from this tomb as it is kind of radiating in this abjuration magic.
Okay. Is there any markings or anything on the tomb?
Make an investigation check. You do see there are some carvings on it.
12.
12? It looks like there are some like runic looking carvings and scratchings on it. You have dark vision, so you can kind of see in the the dark lit here. Looking to the corners, you see 4 emptyless lightless sconces in each corner of the room that are this black, blackened looking, chiseled, almost charred concrete stone. It's similar to the tomb, what the tomb is carved out of.
Okay. Am I able to like determine what these runes might be as far as language, if anything?
Make a religion check.
Does it look like there's any other entrance into the room besides the one we came in?
Just the door, the archway.
Okay.
To the so when you came down the hole, it would be kicking out to the right of the room. What you got?
I got a 5. Not very good.
Simple enough. This is you do pick up on one of the runes that is a name of a god that you are aware of, known as Odin.
Okay. I believe this tomb belongs to someone who followed the god Odin, but I'm not sure what these other 3 mean. Maybe one of you can determine this.
I think Howard should be able to read it.
Howard,
Yeah.
eyes are on always, right?
Yeah.
Sure. Looking down, it's some magic incantations that would be some spell crafting, but you do pick up within the language is a giant language that is, it looks like a bunch of different sigils for the giant gods, but you see the name Odin and protection and restful slumber marked on the tomb around it. Are you guys touching this at all or walking around it? What are you guys doing?
No, Howard's just looking. He's not touching anything.
All right.
I might have traced a finger.
Trace a finger. Okay. It's cold to the touch.
Yeah, these runes, I think, is either trying to protect whatever's in here and keep it asleep, or it's trying to protect us from it.
To leave it be?
Part of me wants to open it.
Could
Anthony,
be cool stuff.
I say Odin in
Could not be.
Giant.
You say what?
I say Odin in Giant's language. I can speak Giant because of I forgot his name, the caterpillar guy. He gave me the ability to speak with giants.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't had to use it because we didn't go that way, but
Okay.
try it.
Okay. I'm going to look at the runes and everything. Like the protection spell, does it give me, do I have some kind of insight as far as like how to disable it?
It looks like more of like an enchantment has been placed over this.
Mhm.
You would probably need to cast like a disable or like a dispel magic if you wish to try to dispel a spell from this, if there is one on it.
Do I want to waste a slot?
You could try to just open it regardless and see what happens. You don't know what the spell would do. If you want to make up, I'll say, you know what? Hell, make an Arcana check. Curious.
Okay, I'll do that. 14.
There is a something lasting about this magic.
Okay.
Something lasting. You don't, but it's not in any direction, anything on the tomb itself, but there's something about the magic that's emanating from this that you're picking up. Abjuration, kind of this whole banishment idea. There's this deliver us from evil. Something lasting with this.
Well, guys, it looks like this is a lasting type of spell. Old magic, powerful. Do we still want to open this up?
Yep.
Perfect. Dispel magic.
What level?
I'm only at 3rd. Warlock.
Okay. Make a spell casting. Make an ability check. Or is it intelligence?
It's hold on, let me get back to it real quick.
Hold
It's anything that's 3rd level or lower. The spell ends, Anything fourth higher, the ability check using my spellcasting ability, and then the DC equals the 10 plus the spell's level.
Okay. Roll the die then.
Okay. With my spell, it's 23.
You guys see Howard put his hand out over this tomb lock, and for a second his eyes roll back as this dark, kind of this shadowy presence kind of overtakes him. The light, because for the few, speaking of, what light are you using?
Oh, you didn't say it was dimly lit.
Yeah,
did
there
you?
is no. This is all dark night. How are you
Oh,
seeing?
okay.
I'm assuming you had a light source. Where's your light source?
Would have been the torch.
You had a torch. Got it.
Yeah. We'll just make it assume, like, if I'm going in a dark place, I'm going to bring a torch with me.
All good.
All right, cool.
Sure. So you see Howard with one hand holding the torch as the other goes over. His eyes start to roll back, and where the light hits his face, the shadows darken, and he kind of goes pale as you see this almost yellow tentacles kind of reach out from his hand and kind of sucker to the tomb. As you see a magical, this detect magic that you had kind of going, vanishes off of the tomb. The sucker sucks back into your hand. Your eyes come back too.
Well, I think that took care of that. Somebody stronger, perhaps?
I'll go to push the lid off.
Wait, hold on. Can I look to see what's inside the tomb first?
Do you want to check it for traps before you push the lid off? You mean
Golden eye.
Yeah. You see a skeleton that is crossed, kind of burial style. And next to it, you see a pouch, which with what you're presuming to be coins. You see a dagger to one of the skeleton's hilt, almost like a pouched hilt. You see another side dagger on its other leg, and at its kind of feet, where that separates, you see coming up from the feet up to between its groin area is a warhammer.
You like knives.
I do like knives. It looks like a dead guy with some daggers and a warhammer. So
Skeleton looks elven in size and feature, with pointed, fainter, more elegantly looking bone structures.
He might be elven. I'm not sure. He's kind of decomposed, but I don't know. If you guys want to open up this tomb, I guess that's up to you. I won't say no. I won't touch it though.
Completely bones?
No, not completely.
Like mummified. Get close to majority of bones, but well preserved to an extent.
I say you guys kick that lid right on off.
I'll push it.
All right.
You all push the lid. You go make a strength check. Someone, I'll let two people roll them, or whoever's trying to push this. I'm assuming.
I think it's Remus and Azoth.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
You guys see Azoth kind of pumping full of his juices. Since he has been progressing and breaking away from his normal teachings and traditions that you first met him with, he is looking more famished at times and more scrawnier. He's becoming more of a flesh bag as he delves into a different class. And for a spark moment, you see this slight, frail-looking wizard push the stone lid out in search of magical items.
Over badger blood, I see.
What is your strength modifier?
It's -2.
Yeah, you shouldn't have been able to open that. So,
but it's open.
Push it open. You guys see. Where are you guys all positioning around this? Are you guys like all around it?
the opposite side of where he pushed it.
I was gonna say I'm probably on the same side of the pushing.
Pushing.
I would have been at least 5 feet back.
Yanni, where would you have been?
Standing right behind him, looking over his shoulder.
Okay, everyone but Danny needs to make Constitution saving throws as you all get. As there's a puff of dust just coming out of this. Think like Mummy Returns or the Mummy style when they break the sarcophagus and it. 5 and lower, 10 and lower, 15 and lower. Okay, 15 and lower. You take 3 points. Wait, 15 and lower. You take 2 points of ice damage as a burst of chilling cold air rushes into your lungs. As you go to shake it over, you are currently paralyzed, or with kind of this like ice, like you were basically kind of like picture jumping into the fridge of like the frozen polar bear swim. You were just flash frozen into your lungs. You're just trying to warm yourself up. You 3, you don't suffer that effect, but you take correction, 15 and lower. You took 6 damage. The other 3 that were above a 15, 3 damage. So 6 damage if you rolled 15 or lower. You were paralyzed for a minute. You guys see your 2 friends as they're trying to slowly breathe, and you can hear it very shallow, and you all see what would have happened had you suffered the same fate.
Can I cast guidance on Yanni for his next save, if there is one?
Of course. Cast guidance on him.
Can I use prestidigitation to try and give him some warmth?
Yes. I'll say it's in the terms of kind of combat. Azoth, you rolled below that too, correct? The 15. So both of you guys, Yanni and Azoth, make another Constitution save with the added kind of prestidigitation from Remus and the guidance from Finks. I'm gonna let you guys kind of roll up as you guys are trying to come out of this chill.
So what is it? The bonuses?
Add a D4 to your roll.
10. You're still frozen. It's a little tough, but you're slowly warming itself up. What'd you get, Yanni? 17?
16.
16? You, with the extra guidance from Finks, kind of shake it off and take a couple deep breaths, clear your lungs, and have a little bit of warmth break into it. But you guys are in a giant icy structure, and it is frigid cold here. I will continue to say that. So, you guys are in here. There is a body in the tomb. There is 2 daggers you see strapped to its sides in these holsters that look very kind of detailed. Like the daggers don't look that bad, but the details and actual strapping that holds them there. Very nice and fancy, elegantly done. And the craftsmanship on this hammer is just beautiful.
I'll remove the strap and the 2 daggers.
All right, you take the strap of the 2 daggers. There's almost like gun holster, kind of like pistol holster straps for each thigh. You got 2 dagger straps on 2 left and right thigh strap you have, as well as basic, for right now, they'd be 2 basic daggers.
Sick.
No, correction. They'd be a fine dagger.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, Remus, that's a really fine dagger you got there.
Thank you.
All right.
While that's all happening, Howard would have gone through like the sconces on the wall and with the torch try to see if he can light them up.
So here's the thing. Everyone make a perception check for me.
21.
21.
18.
Nat 20 plus 7.
Nice.
Okay. Enough of you guys. Rolling just general part of you. Y'all roll high. Well, while Remus is pocketing and looting the body and grabbing the daggers, and while Howard is slowly lighting the sconces, which Howard, as you go to each one, the one in the one corner lights up. It's this bluish white flame. light up the two behind near the archway. And just as you're lighting these up, you could hear the rustling of bodies and kind of like leather padding as Remus grabs the straps from this body's tomb. You all hear a and the beginning noise of something rolling. Howard, you look through the archway as you see a giant stoned boulder, Indiana Jones style, coming down the hallway that is at a slight angle towards the archway that you're at. Larger than the doorway, but the hallway beyond this archway you see is 10 feet by 10 feet and just enough for this boulder to come down and clear. What do you do as you see it coming down towards this archway at you?
I'm gonna try to. We're already like past the archway, right? Or
Yeah, you're already past the archway, so you're assuming it'll stop when it hits the archway.
Yeah, I'm going to assume it's gonna stop, but I'm still gonna back up as far as I can to the other end, and tell everybody, "Hey, heads up! There's a boulder coming."
Cool. You guys see this boulder coming down?
Blast the boulder.
Where is the so as far as this little like tomb altar stone item?
Yeah.
Where is that in relation to where the archway is?
So when you came down to the tombstone, so if the room is 50 by 50, the tomb is directly in the middle of this room.
Yep.
In the middle, so it would be right at that halfway in the center. And the boulder archway would be 25 feet from it to the right.
Basically, whichever way the arches
Yes.
from the center of the room, like
Yes.
the boulder's rolling, I'm just going to get on the opposite side of the stone.
Arches?
No, the tomb. Like
the stone tomb? Okay. So you step on the opposite side. See, so there's a solid wall to your back now as you're staring at the other side of this hallway or the other side of this chamber with the arch. You see the tomb.
Yeah. So that way,
Okay.
my brain, it's like, well, it might be stopped by that arch, and if not, maybe it'll get stopped by this tomb. That's my thought.
Okay, cool.
I'm inside the tomb. I'm jumping in.
You jump in the tomb. Okay, cool. You hop in.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Hell yeah.
As you guys are seeing this come down,
Can I move yet?
you can move if you want to.
All right.
I mean-
I'll grab the hammer and move on the other side with Johnny.
You go to pick the hammer up. This hammer is heavy, just so you know. This is heavy for you. You could pull this up, but you're not gonna be proficient when swinging this. Just so you know, this is one of those. This is a heavy hammer. But
I'm
you
just trying
pull
to
the
get it out of
hammer
the way.
up. What? Okay, just get out of the way. Fair enough. You pull it, slide out of the way to the side of the wall. Or oh no, you said you're back next to Yanni.
Yeah.
You go back next to Yanni. Sweet.
I'm going to sit in the tomb with Fink's bobsled style.
Okay. Great. You guys see this boulder come tumbling down. As it goes to hit the archway, it vanishes, and you see it pop back 20 feet down the hall further and begin to roll back down towards the archway. So if you wish to leave this chamber, you're assuming you're going to have to get past this boulder that is rolling, and it reappears at the beginning of the arch of the
But when
hall.
it reappears, I mean, is it colliding? Do we feel an impact at all?
Nope, you don't feel the impact, is it? So as it would hit the archway, it goes back to the beginning of the hallway and makes its way down. Picking up speed. You guys
All
may
right.
have to time this out and
Now,
maybe
after that's happened a second time, does it
Okay.
appear the same place it went the second time? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You said it went further. It went further up.
Yeah, it so when it hits it, it goes back 20 feet.
So it's just repeating.
Yes, in a repeating function.
But it's making contact with something?
No,
Okay.
just as it would, it kind of picks up
Mm,
back. It's the end of the mall level of Tony Hawk too. Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Just as you hit it, right at the beginning.
When I see it getting close, I'm just gonna pull an arrow and just shoot an arrow at it because I'm interested to see if anything will happen.
Okay. As it comes down, you pull an arrow out, lock it up, make an attack roll on this boulder. Fairly big, fairly easy, unless you really ricochet a shot.
25.
25. You make contact with this boulder, and there is a small moment where you see the arrow kind of stuck into it. It rolls, you hear a crunch, and it passes back to the beginning.
At least we
begins
know
making its way.
it's not like it's not like a mirage or anything. It is
Nope. There is a boulder blocking you way.
We can always go back the way we came in.
It's true.
It's true.
Wait.
What about through this wall? How solid is the wall behind us on the opposite side of the arch?
On this opposite side, the wall is roughly about a foot thick, but you see that beyond the wall of the arch would be the hallway of where the boulder's coming down.
No, I know that, but I'm saying like from where the arch is, the opposite wall from where the arch is that we're all like hunkered up against.
Yeah.
Is it like straight solid or is it like hollow? How thick is it?
Oh, it's some solid. It's like a solid thick wall.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
What about straight down below our feet?
In the tomb, maybe.
Make a perception check. Disadvantage. Because there are parts of this giant structure of ice it's kind of like that glassiness that you can kind of see through it, and it's like opaque and kind of distorted.
I got an 8.
And an 8? Nope, you really can't see through this. You look down, it looks very padded and very solid, solidified, opaque.
Now, also,
Ice.
this boulder, is it as wide as the corridor that it's rolling down? Does it seemingly take up almost the whole thing?
Seemingly almost takes up the entire space. There are probably realistically, if you're looking, there are 4 small corners that probably get like a halfling, a gnome, maybe a goblin, maybe a halfling in size to kind of squeeze in through the corners of like where the boulder are coming down this squared hole, like the little corners there. But you guys are gonna have to find out when to time it or make your way up through the top or figure out something. Maybe, I don't know. You guys figure it out.
Is there anything special about this hammer that I have?
Make an Arcana check.
Grab the body and toss it through when the boulder's coming?
10.
You can.
I only have the one sconce lit up, right?
Say it again.
I only have the one sconce lit up so far.
I'll say yes. You have the one lit up. Would you have lit up the other ones, or just the one?
Not yet. I want to try to put out the one sconce and see if it stops the boulder. If maybe that's what activated it.
You put out the one sconce. Boulder's still coming down.
Okay, never mind. Then I'm just gonna go light them all
What about his shit?
while that's happening.
Is the boulder on like a track at all?
The boulder's not on a track. Make a perception check.
Let it get back.
An 8.
8. You notice that there's no track. It's more or less the incline that the hallway that leads down this hall with the boulder is in. It's just angled and it's that right size. So it's just on a loop. It's at the right angle. It's moving down.
Is this all ice as well?
The boulder is not ice, but the flooring is all ice.
Okay.
Could we, Azoth, could you like water shape the ice to stop it? Like midway?
I can try. I mean,
I was thinking just a ramp to throw it off, but if we can stop it, even better.
where do you want me to put the thing up?
That's the question. I figured if we stop it like halfway, we can try and climb around it.
Can I get a visual, Anthony? I know. Can you do a quick little sketch and just hold it up of this hallway and room?
Okay.
Just really quick.
give me no. Give me 1 second. So let me see.
It just be bare basic outline.
Got you. I can do this. Hold on.
No, it's probably too.
No, you're good. So, someone promo. Well,
This hallway sketch is brought to you by Oogie Games, Niagara Falls, New York, 2406 Military Road, 14304. Buy, sell, trade, games. I have an Xbox now. I play Fortnite. They have games. It's a game.
You know, I noticed on our overlay that there's a really sweet Warlock Eldritch Blast logo.
That is true.
What do you know about that?
Well, we thunk tanked that one, and Howard, or
did.
Danny rather, created it and made it look awesome, and now it's for sale on the Teespring.
Oh, it's on merch. You can buy it like a T-shirt.
Exactly. You can find it on Teespring's podcasters. I don't know the exact title, URL, whatever.
Wow.
You can click on it.
But go
It'll
check
go
it
to
out. I'm sure there's a
community
link at some point. Yeah.
Oh, you guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, the YouTube link, description below.
They're in the YouTube link description below, but
Below.
Teespring logo. I'm gonna drop this I'm gonna drop this link for someone to drop for us
Drop it.
as the
Drop it,
store.
drop it, drop it.
Okay, view store. Boop. I'll drop in the chat, and I'm gonna let one of my awesome players drop it for everyone in the link. If you're
Yeah.
watching live, guys, head on over to the Teespring. Please help us support us out. You guys are awesome. So here's basically what you're looking at roughly. You guys came out this hole, fell into over the tomb over right here, and then there is a hallway right here that the boulder is coming down.
And it's disappearing once it gets right towards that archway.
Correct, which is where the little line is that meets to this hallway.
All right.
Not an artist, but I'll do my best.
How big is this boulder, roughly?
10 feet by 10 feet. And it fits just down this 10 feet by 10 feet channel. You guys could completely try to avoid it too, but there could be stuff beyond this. So do you wish to go this way or not?
All right. Can I? Let's see. 30 feet, 5-foot cube. Two, cast multiple times. Two of it's not instantaneous. All right. So right now this is on loop because it's coming down, it's hitting whatever magical barrier is there, and then it kind of like resets it back to the top.
Correct.
Is there okay. Before I do any shape water, is there something? Oh, so wait, he's got the daggers, there was the hammer, there was a pouch, right? You said there was also a pouch.
There is a small little pouch next to him.
All right. So I want to take the pouch too, by the way.
Oh, wait, take the pouch. There's a small little jingle of coinage you hear possibly.
Okay. I'll investigate that later. I'll break off one of the bones of the skeleton that's in there, and I want to throw it at the arch and see what happens to the bone when it passes through the arch.
Break off the bone, throw it. Do you see the bone pass through the arch?
Does it
sit in the middle? Yep. Well, it kind of goes into the angle's not super steep for to slide down fast, but it kind of sits there, rests a little bit, begins to shift a little bit, slowing down. The boulder crunches it, passes up. You see pieces of the bone shattered and busted.
But the bones don't go back to the top.
Nope.
The only thing that's going back is the boulder.
Correct.
All right. Can I don't know, I guess I can try and manipulate the tunnel so that the boulder like make a side chute for it to go into, so like it comes down and gets stuck maybe in the wall so we can go around it so it doesn't have a chance to reset.
Do that with your shape water. All right. Yeah. I'll say make a an ability check with your spellcasting modifier for water shaping. Thank you, Ricky.
So D20 and then
D20 and then add your spellcasting modifier. I think this is your druid spell for water shape.
It's a nat 1 + 7.
You know, you feel like you shaped enough of the water. There's a good chance that the boulder could pop off this little side deviation that you formed. Who wants to test it out? As the boulder rolls down, doesn't bump off, goes straight, reappears. So want to try and push it or nudge it, or you don't see it deviate normally. You may want to try again and do a little extra work and make another check.
I'll do it again.
Okay.
I'll go for it.
Okay. Make another ability check.
15.
You seeing where you kind of messed up previously, not digging enough into the actual pathway of the boulder, start to shape the water down off of the pathway itself and more down into the wall, forcing and kind of like pushing in like a kind of like when you're plowing your driveway or like shoveling your driveway and kind of shoveling the snow up to the edge. You start to pull the ice over. You watch it. You see it start to move off to the side and slam into the wall. For the time being, it looks as if it's stuck off to the side wall. It's come down about 15 feet down the path and off to the side.
So there's enough room to get through?
Yep.
You want to run for it?
Not quite yet. I lit up all the little sconces. If anything happened with that or no?
I'll go make a run for it.
It's lit up. You run right by it. Easy enough. You run by it, and as you run forward and pass through that, you come out to a pathway that you see comes from the top. As you kind of like run past this, it's almost like whoever burrowed this and like carved this splits off to the right and left, and one goes up and one goes down. You kind of came to like an intersection of like a tunnel. Which way do you want to go? What do you want to tell everyone to do? There's a path that goes down, looking down with dark vision.
Is anybody else going to follow suit or no?
I don't know.
Yeah. How steep is it down? Is it like a little slope or is it like straight down?
You're running up slightly. It's a small slope. You run up past the boulder where you meet Yanni, looking down down the tunnel that goes kind of down. Dark vision with 60 feet, you see it go down 60 and then it starts to curve. I don't know the extent of your vision, how far you could see, but you see it go down and start to curve. I have a torch. Around.
I'm blind.
Oh, with the torch, you see it drop down about 30 feet, 40, and it looks like it begins to curve at the edge. If you go straight down, the ones that go off to the right and left, you see cut around and kind of circle around and more of a southern direction as well. They loop around you guys.
What is that degree of the drop one? Like
the one that goes down, when you look over this tunnel, you see it go straight down and you can see the walls start to curve and kind of loop around. So as it comes down, it kind of does this kind of loop effect. Slightly, you can begin to see it cusping your vision.
You don't know where it goes after that.
Yeah, you don't know where it goes beyond that.
And what about the one that goes upward? It's in the ceiling?
Yeah, kind of like this one kind of this you see it kind of almost looks like a tunnel that if someone wanted to can tunnel and kind of climb up or then climb down. A creature that has like claws of sorts. Climbing up, you possibly assume that this may lead to where that one tunnel came down that Remus had spotted. This is similar to that. And the tunnels to your left and right, you can see them go out, shoot off in both directions, left and right, for 10 or so feet, and then they begin to curve around to the right and left. Kind of just wrapping back around behind you in that direction. Which way are you guys going? You're in a structure of tunnels.
Well, before they get too far ahead of me, question about the corpse.
Yeah.
You said it was a skeleton or is it a mummy?
It's like essentially it's a skeleton for the sake of of what it is. It's a skeleton, but there's parts of it that are just really mummified well. So like the leather that's kind of like strapped onto its legs are wrapped around with like certain bandages and patches that it looks like the skin is like kind of like stretched to the bone intact.
How detachable is the skull?
It takes a little time, little wiggling. You can probably rip the skull off.
I want it.
Okay, I mean, make a strength check. Just, I'll let you pop it off, but roll a strength check for it.
14 minus 1, 15.
You pop the skull off easily enough.
Okay. I'll hide it. I don't want them to know I have it, but I'm going to put it in my bag and hide it. And then that warhammer got left behind.
Yeah, I didn't bring it.
You didn't bring it?
No, it was. I'm not going to lumber around with it. So
about the size of you, things.
But I just had a question. Like, he tried to move it, he couldn't. This isn't like a Thor's hammer situation. This is just a big hammer.
No. This is just a heavy hammer. This is a war hammer.
I'm gonna at least attempt to bring it with me.
Okay, I mean, you could try and bring. You kind of drag it with you.
Yeah,
a little bit. It's heavy. I'll say it's gonna give you half half speed for right now, unless you have someone that's larger that could be more strong, a little more stronger that can carry it. But I don't know. None of you guys are really the beefy ones.
I'll make my way up there.
All right, cool. You make your way up, carrying up there. All right, which way you guys going? You guys drop down the tunnel, look off to the left and right, or you go up.
How high up is the one that's up?
The one up, you see it stretch into darkness beyond your vision. It goes up at least 60 feet. How high is how far is your dark vision?
6 feet.
60 feet?
Yeah.
You see it push beyond the 60 feet. You just can't see it.
Now, what I'm saying is how far from my arm's reach till.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
All good. The tunnel here beyond the 10 feet, be 10 feet up.
Okay.
Because you're in the same tunnel that you guys came out from this giant boulder. Which, as you guys were walking through this tunnel, just beyond or just prior to where the tunnel kind of splits off and carves off in different directions, you can see there's a giant space in the ice with a almost like a latching where the boulder looks like it was being held before it was dropped magically. But decisions, guys.
Before we take off into a direction, I'm going to make like a marking in like the floor or somewhere to kind of like point arrow back towards the direction of which we came. So
Okay.
we can kind of follow a way back in case we get lost or we start finding our way in circles.
Yeah, perfect. All right.
So
You go to the right.
yeah, let's go to the right. Why not?
Okay. You split off to the right as it loops around, going down for, you continue this path as it cuts off to the right, goes for 10 feet, starts to bend to a curve, and starts to go in a downward sloped direction that is gradual enough for you to be walking among. It is difficult to traverse through this. It is a little rough, but as you begin to mark your way down, travel for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, as you're just kind of looping around in a long curve, genuine downward spiral kind of corkscrew motion. You're kind of telling you that you're possibly going around the structure, walking down in a downward tunnel. How far do you go down before you make a difference? What are you looking for? What are you doing? It is dark. You have a torch. You guys are all following him, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
I'm following. Yep.
All right. Someone make a survival check as you're all walking down through this. So we got 5 viewers. Is it all 4 of you guys plus Jeff?
His name is Jeff.
Probably.
I'm one.
Eve?
We had 6 for a minute.
I got a 19.
19.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, plus 4. It's a 23.
Okay.
Better.
I'm not even rolling.
You begin to walk down through this tunnels. You guys begin pushing through these icy kind of cracks and breaks. And as you begin to loop around, you see almost a trap door, it looks like, almost padded in with this white snow at the edge of roughly 50 feet away from you, just beyond your vision. You're like, what is that? It looks almost like a mound of snow or something. Looks almost like a trap door. That's the way I could describe it. Trap door of snow? Who knows?
Remus, can you detect traps or whatever? I thought somebody could.
I don't believe I can. Oh,
Or wait, or was that Haxon? Somebody, when we were back at the Friar's place down at the bar downstairs, somebody detected that there were traps, the fire trap
Yeah,
and
that was Haxon.
that was Haxon?
Don't worry, Finks can do it, and I'm going to attempt to like drag that big hammer over there very slowly.
Okay. You bring you're trying to drag the hammer over to it, detect traps. Make a stealth check as you're being just trying to.
I'm not being stealthy.
Oh no, you're not. Okay, just you're
I'm just slow.
You're dragging over this hammer next to it. Detect traps. Make an investigation check.
15.
As the rogue is watching the goblin detect this pile of snowed, that as you're getting closer, it looks almost like this cottony looking material, this crystals, icy cotton, kind of this twiny looking, maybe stringy fabric.
Okay.
Well, how are you detecting for traps? What are you doing?
I was gonna hit it with the hammer.
You're gonna hit it with the
I
hammer?
wasn't really looking that hard.
Okay. You're gonna swing the hammer at it, or are you just kind of tapping it? What are you trying to do?
As hard as I can, break the trapdoor.
Attack roll with disadvantage. Add your strength modifier to it.
What if that's
Are you-
negative?
What?
What if my strength modifier is negative?
Yeah, that's
2 minus 1.
so it's a 1.
Yeah, it's a 4 to hit, and then minus 1 for strength.
You pick up this big hammer that's about twice the size, that's about the full size of you. You pick it up in the air, you go to swing it down, you swing it right next to where the spot that you're trying to check.
All right, no traps. I'm gonna pull it back.
Okay. You see, what are you pulling back?
Just the hammer.
The hammer, pull the hammer back. Okay. No traps, guys. What are you guys doing? There's this cottony looking, almost looks like a trap door, kind of like this material is kind of set here to cover something.
I don't sense a lot of confidence in my trap jacking.
Is it dry, or does it seem like it's wet from all the ice?
It almost looks like a crystally, almost like a crystalled icy type of.
Can I cast Thorn Whip at it, and at the if there's a latch on the door, or at the crystally stuff, and see what happens?
Yeah.
Because
Make a attack roll.
I can stand far enough back from that in case there's any.
Make a attack roll.
All right.
Where's everyone at in this?
I guess they would be behind me, but I can cast it from about 50 feet back.
Everyone's
Or
behind
30 feet.
Azoth, or are you still up in the front, Finks?
I'd be up front still.
You're up in front. All right.
5
Make the
feet.
attack roll, Mark or
Uh,
Azoth.
24.
24. You go in and you pull this little thorn whipped out of your hands, and as the bone kind of breaks into a handle, you snap down and crack at it. You see in the moment of the whip snapping at it, almost as like a fly fish type motion. Finks, make a deck save for me.
19 plus 3, 22.
22. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Well then. Oh, it rolled low. So you quickly, seeing the jumping, it scares you. You hop out of instinct, not thinking the snapping was going to be so quick. But you all see as this whipping snaps, the pile of this cloppy, icy looking material opens up as it falls down in a fabric webbing looking consistency, as it opens up as a trapdoor looking spider that is covered in this white hair, paws over and swipes at Finks's legs and misses. The head is roughly 2 feet wide, popping out of this burrowed hole as it's trying to crawl out and into the burrow as it's looking at all of you.
Yanni, you want to pop one off on it?
Make a reaction before we roll for initiative, unless you guys want to just book it out of here.
I'm
Oh,
shooting
no.
an arrow at it. I'm popping one off.
Go for it. Make a attack roll.
Yeah, probably Eldritch
Oh,
Blast.
nat 20. Nat 20, baby.
Roll damage. This is technically considered a giant spider if that goes into effect for you.
Nice.
9.
9 damage. With his head popping up, you pull back an arrow, well placed, launches it. It spears into part of its one of its little pinchered, one of like the big fatty or part of its pinchers. You see this bit of this venom starting to drip from its claws. Roll for initiative, everyone, please.
Oh!
8.
Ooh, one second. Oh, my pen.
17.
All right, let's do 20 through 25.
Nah.
15 through 20.
17.
17?
Ooh.
Be 10 through 15.
I got 12.
12 is Remus. Yanni, what did you, 10?
He's 10.
Yanni.
303.
Azoth.
6.
6. Howard?
8.
So Howard, Azoth. All right. Wait, what's with Remus? Is he 8?
No, Howard's 8.
Okay. I'm like, oh, Azoth's just you were skilled with the fingers. I see. It came out
the
wrong.
Diamond Dallas page.
What? Oh, that's what it was. Diamond Dallas page. That's what it was. Yeah.
Oh no, I was
All
doing the acrobats.
Oh,
Yeah, 2.
Ah, I see. All right. Anyway, guys, top of initiative. Finks, you just got swiped at, and you see this giant, icy looking spider with this like bluish venom kind of dropping off of its mouth. What are you doing? You're right next to this thing.
Let
You
me
are in its melee combat.
bonus
you're
action disengage,
Bonus action disengage
and I
because you
will
are a goblin.
30 feet away,
Back out 30 feet. Okay.
and I will toll the dead.
Toll the dead. Make that
So,
attack as a save.
Save wisdom 14.
Guys, I am rolling me Dungeon Master dice, the Chessex heavy set. Chessex, guys, I was rolling with this set of dice for a couple months solid. It was doing good for me. I got a couple new different dice for the holidays, and I was rolling with some different sets, but I'm back on it into the orange heavy set Chessex dice. It's dense, just like some metal dice. It's really cool. Yanni, if you've never seen them, check these out, man, from your local game store.
Curse you, Chessex!
Chessex.com.
All right, wisdom save is an 11.
Oh, sounds like damage to me.
That sounds like some damage.
Oh, that's almost maximum damage. It's 23.
Let's go!
So what do you do to cast Toll the Dead? How are you casting Toll the Dead? What's Sphinx pulling out of nowhere for the? What's he pulling?
I think I've been kind of using a bell, some sort of chime.
Pulls out this chimed. You pull out a trinket from one of your days sitting in the cell that you had carved. This little metal piece of scrap that Lucky had actually brought over to you, and you bent it around and would use it as almost like a little like calling bell, like almost like a butler type style. You would ring that. That's when he would show over at times. You pull it out in a moment of need, smack it with. You have a wand, if I'm not mistaken.
I do.
Smack it with the wand, and you see this radiant, this sound emanate from it. And as you see this spider falls into a hole as the door shuts, and the body disappears.
There. No traps.
So, do you guys want to go back to it?
Sure.
Okay.
We're fine.
You guys are walking over to this this burrowed little trap door. What are you guys doing? How are you guys entering this? What are you doing?
I'm going to take the torch and hold it up to it, see if I can catch it on fire.
You start to put the torch up to it, and as you are putting the flame near it, you see this ice start to kind of melt away, but at a resistance where it's slowly being pushed. It's not fully melting away. It's just there, just enough. It's not really kind of doing that much. Kind of like your normal typical spider webbing. You're used to the fire kind of burning it off. It's not working as much here.
I think these are icy spider webs. It's not your typical. We might want to be super careful with these.
All right. So are you guys going to try and open this up and just go through the burrow, or what are you guys doing?
I'll pop it open.
You're going to pop it open? You pop it open and you see a very closed, tight-knit tunnel that is 5 feet around. You see multiple strands of webbing cutting through this, and you see it drop down for 25 feet that it is basically all webbing and iced bodied. And you see below this 20-foot little burrowed, there's an opening that looks like it is currently plugged with the butt end of a spider.
I got a big hammer.
Kind of almost like it maybe got twisted around and went down head first.
I got a big old hammer, and I'm just gonna drop it in.
Tack roll at disadvantage.
I don't even attack. I'm just pushing it in.
Dropping it.
Like,
You squish the
dropping it.
spider.
He's
I'm
letting
trying to hurt this
gravity
guy.
do all the
I want
work.
the gravity.
Said it was a heavy hammer.
More of a plunger,
OMC.
but I won't attack roll at disadvantage.
Yeah, just for sake of it.
I believe.
That's a 16.
16.
Sure.
All right, you drop this hammer. Do you have damage for a great hammer pulled up?
No.
We'll say it is for sake of it. Roll a d12 for this hammer, by the way. Anyway,
That is a 7, and then if you want to throw my strength in there, it's -1.
okay.
Great.
Okay, so 6.
Hammer.
No, it's just a 7. As you drop this hammer, you see it smack this body as it gets pushed down just a little bit. Make a perception check. What's the hammer damage, Rick?
It's a
No, I didn't see a great hammer. I saw other things, so I'm gonna have to.
Is there
I'm
a
gonna have
war
to
hammer?
Google.
Is that what it's called?
great hammer is a 1d12.
There we go.
There it is. Perfect.
7 on perception.
You saw the hammer? Hit it. Just kind of pushed and got like sitting on the body, looking down at it, looking up to them. Okay. What do you do?
Finks, you should probably try to jump on the body and push it down.
Okay, I do it.
Finks,
Freudian
as
style.
you Sunday fun day. As you look down, make another perception check as you're about to jump.
14 plus 3, 17.
You see, as you're about to jump, the head, the body kind of pulse back and push back a little bit and turn around as you see a spider head beginning to look at you with its pincers.
Can I stop myself from jumping? Or am I already
Myself from
going?
jumping. What are you guys doing? You see this happening. It's about to turn around. It's turning itself around.
I'll quickly shoot Kamehameha style 2 Eldritch Blasts at the same time, but like as like one giant thing, I guess. I don't know.
So you run up next to Finks as he's going, that spider. You launch an Eldritch Blast of the 2 globule yellow beams, just double helix style.
Mhm.
Roll damage or roll attack rolls.
23 for the first one and 16 for the second.
Both of them hit.
Nice. D10. Oh, okay. All right. So 6 points of damage for the first and 9 points of damage for the second.
You see this spider get smashed into the side of the burrowed wall. You see its legs begin to kind of crawl up. And as it crawls up, you see the hammer looking down now with your torch, just within vision, drop down as a second body you saw falls through the hole of the first spider that was killed. And the second one begins crawling itself up to you. Make a dexterity save as it rushes up and goes to take a swipe at you. Kind of grab you and wants to pull you into its burrowed.
Dexterity save. 7.
7. You fail and you are currently snatched up and grabbed. It is going to pull you and yank you into, it's going to make an attack roll to see if it webs you up, to see if it can then pull you in. Ooh, 18 plus 5. That hits. I know that.
Yep.
All right. So you are webbed up. You can make a dexterity check of, not a dexterity check, a strength check
Okay.
to see if you can pull and fight the webbing.
I was gonna say, while he was doing that, could I have like used the torch to try to like burn him to kind of stop it as like a reaction, or no?
I'll let you do it. Take a reaction to take a swipe at him with the torch.
Okay. I don't even know what that strength, I guess. Yeah. Okay. So 6 with the torch. That's not probably gonna work.
6 unfortunately does not hit.
Okay, I didn't think so. All right, and then you said strength saving check.
Yep.
Can any of us react and do anything? Can I cast like Toll the Dead at the spider as it's reaching up and pulling
As
him?
this has happened, you can all react.
I want to cast Toll the Dead on the spider.
Okay.
Sweet. That's a 14 too on the strength save.
14. You just push and pull yourself out of this sticky webbing that is now kind of oozing from its mouth, and it's trying to string, or not from its mouth, from like it's the webbing gland, the little friggin' spout on the bottom of its butt. I don't know, what thorax, is that what it's called? As it's trying to string at you, and you push yourself away from it, like, oh, hell no, pushing yourself off of it. You guys all want to react accordingly as the second spider is now pulling itself up into this little channel way, this little hallway you're in.
Yeah, I want to cast Toll the Dead.
Make a wisdom.
You need wisdom saving of 14.
It succeeds.
Okay, so I roll for damage then?
Toll the Dead, is that cantrip or is that half damage?
It's a cantrip.
Don't think it does full damage. If I it does, I don't think it does half damage.
The target must succeed if the target. Hold on. Yeah, it doesn't say. No. If you say
no.
Yep.
All right.
All good.
Yep.
Cool. So you guys cast that. Anyone else doing anything in reaction to this, or are we rolling initiative on this one?
I'll throw.
I'd like to shoot another arrow if possible.
Yeah, I'll throw some daggers at it.
I'll let you all get a quick reactionary attack, assuming that you guys were ready for combat for something popping up. Take a quick arrow shot.
I did shoot one last time, so I figured I would have been at the ready.
Ready.
You know what I mean?
Ricky, so Azoth, or not Azoth, Yanni and Remus, launch your arrow and daggers.
21.
23.
21, 23. Both hit.
That's 20. 20 damage, brother. Colossal strength.
Damn. Wow.
My first arrow before did hit it, correct? And
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so 20.
Well, no, this was the first spider. This is a different spider.
Oh, then it's just going to be 15.
15 still. Packed in its punch, a well-placed arrow. It is still up there. Remus, roll some damage on this dagger if you hit it.
Is there any enemy within 5 feet of it?
Howard is technically currently encumbered.
I'm
currently in
engaged with
space.
it, yeah.
6, so I get my sneak attack on it.
Oh, Jesus.
Because I got a 21, so I'm going to roll the damage now.
Oh, yeah.
Go back. I don't want to read that. Stop making me read things. There we go. It's going to be 19 damage.
19 damage. Nice.
Thank you.
You guys see the spider pop up in a quick action flurry of blows from the Toll of the Dead to the arrow being launched to a quick dagger. You see this spider get eviscerated just in blades. Howard, you see a flurry of just barrage of attacks come from behind you. And this spider's head is decapitated. The body dropped through the hole. You see a dark chamber that they drop below you. There's no spider. What are you guys doing?
Did Finks fall down the hole, or Finks, are you out?
I kind of like Scooby-Dooed away.
Okay. He Scooby-Dooed away off to the back, to the side.
Well, good looking out, guys, but it looks like there's a chamber down there. I don't know if we want to check that out.
You guys all just jumping through. It looks like there's a spider. So basically, you guys will have to traverse through at least 20 feet of spider webbing, of ice spider webbing, because this webbing looks different.
Did the hammer pull through all the way to the bottom?
Oh yeah, the hammer fell through, hit the body, and it is out of sight currently.
Okay, so it might have cleared a path for us to at least start not getting stuck in there.
How wide is the tunnel?
Tunnel is 5 feet wide.
In like a circular
motion, yeah, burrowed out. But there are strands of kind of webbing and ice and little bits of shards poking out. Try and just kind of dive and dip through and just.
Is there still like
you don't know what you're gonna hit at the bottom?
Still like spider bungee cord that we can fire pole slide down?
There is not. It has been snapped and busted through. The spider's holding onto the walls when it came up. So there's no really bungee cord. If you can try and make one, you could use something like that.
Don't we have ropes still?
You have ropes.
Just say we can use
I
rope.
have 50 feet of rope.
You can easily make some rope to go down below this.
We could, or Remus, I know you can make an elevator. The only problem is going.
Well, no,
back
it
up.
does. It doesn't go up.
Right. So could use the rope, I guess.
You guys tell me what you want to do.
Is there anything to like secure the rope on the top or no?
The door.
How far is the door? from the other side?
There are parts you could probably secure a latch on the top to be able to lock a rope to be able to hang and secure passage from. It takes some time, kind of maybe try and make sure the ice gets attached to it, adheres nicely to it, and it's sticky and taut enough. Could probably do it.
I'm gonna try that.
All right, cool. Make a survival check.
Ooh, survival.
Someone want to help him?
Yes, somebody's gonna want to help me.
21.
4.
A lot better. Azoth, you see Howard starting to tie a rope, and you quickly walk over in that Boy Scout style. No, got it.
It's the
And
bunny
show it the
ears.
right way.
Oh, okay.
You keep knotting up the dead knots that when you just kind of cinch them, they fall open.
Yeah.
Keep doing a bunch of those. You're like, hey. Azoth comes over, cinches it nicely for you.
Oh,
You
thank
think you have a nice secured rope that you can follow down. May want to be a little careful. Dropping down, you don't know what it would be like to get stuck in one of this webbing. Probably would suck. But
Can
I can
I? So, is there any remnants of web not in the tunnel that I can see? Perhaps.
of webbing not in the tunnel, down looking down.
No, like even like so like prior, like so if there was like external webbing above the door or around the door before.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I shape water and see if that does anything to the webbing that I can see? Like
There's
if
a
it dissolves it, like if I were to get stuck, can I shape water to dissolve it to get free?
Make a spell cast. Make an ability check. Make a D20 spellcasting modifier check as you try to see if you can use your shaping water to move this.
Oh,
It's kind of like that blood bending type idea, like the water within something. Can I move it?
all right. D20.
Now that's some dark druidic stuff. Blood bending. That's some dark stuff.
7.
7. Fortunately not. With this, you're trying to move the water and you don't see much of that magic affecting this icier webbing.
Okay.
Looks. Has anyone touched it and like put their hands like straight up in it and try to like touch it and get into it? I'm assuming not.
No.
Okay.
Would I have somewhat since I was getting wrapped up by one?
Not so much to the point to where it was going to cause an effect. You got little brushes of it as the spider's trying to wrap around you and shot you like with this goopy sack, but you pushed and kind of got out of it quick enough in a reaction.
It's gonna be like frostbite or something, but
Any effect that you would have taken didn't take hold.
Sweet.
But you guys want to start to try and maneuver and zip your way down with this rope.
yeah.
So are you going to kind of like rock wall off of this and kind of go down and kind of like step your way down? Or are you going to try and find a way to just kind of like, unless you have a way to secure the rope to be directly dangling down, you guys are going to brush the wall unless you try to figure another way around this.
Can I shape water to anchor it to the ceiling so that it is directly down in the middle? So it's going to be a clear shot through?
It won't be a clear shot through. Directly above you is where you see a tunnel that goes up to upper level. Your ceiling's 10 feet tall. So if you want to get a rope directly straight down, you're not going to be able to get it. The tunnel kind of keeps going down.
I can. I'm gonna
shape the...
I'm gonna make an ice arm like in a well. You know how like wells have the arm? I'm gonna do a brace like that with the rope to go around it and straight down the middle.
There you go. All right. Make a roll a d20, add your spellcasting ability modifier to see how strong it's secured, because you're shaping the water, shaping the ice to kind of be supporting in strength to hold the structure of a rope as you guys are going to try and lower yourself on it.
22.
This is a pretty damn good strong. Like, you were taking ice and you were using it to hold mass amount of weight from you guys. You feel confident with this.
It's a 5-foot cube. That's a big
Heavy,
chunk of-
solid chunk of ice that you've maneuvered into this. Okay. I like to let everyone make dexterity checks as they go to slide down this rope, and let me know your orders. Who's going down first?
I think Finks is first.
All right.
Finks goes first. Who's following Finks?
I'll follow. Thanks.
Remus? Are you all gonna try to go file after like one goes down all the way and then sees from there, or what's the speed? Who's going what?
I'm just climbing down and using my tail as a safety on the rope.
Okay. Who's going after Remus as you guys begin to scoot your way down?
I'll go after Remus.
Howard? Who's after Howard?
I'll go after Howard.
Azoth? Yanni, you following after Azoth?
Yeah, but I might just jump.
Oh, I might just jump. I rolled a 1.
Oh,
I got a 6.
we're doing
So
a
Yanni,
dexter-
when you jump,
I'm kidding. I'm not jumping. This is a dexterity?
dexterity.
Oh,
18.
Okay. Finks, what you roll? You rolled a 1?
Natural 1, yeah.
Got it.
And I went
Beautiful.
first, so.
All right.
broken.
Remus, what'd you roll for dexterity?
Hold on, I have to add. I rolled a 25. Wait, is it
All right.
saving or just dexterity?
Dexterity check.
Oh, 22. Still good.
10.
Azoth 10. Howard
15.
15, not bad. Yanni
18.
18. All right, not bad for the party overall. You guys are all getting down below into this burrow tunnel. You guys didn't pace yourselves out, just were like, rope, got this, going down this tunnel. It is 20 feet below, and then who knows how far down it's going to go beyond this 60-foot length. But the rope is how long exactly? 50 feet?
Yeah, 50, I think.
50 feet. Okay. You guys are just about to break forth where Finks leading this party on the rope. You begin to sneeze and you bring shoo, and as you sneeze, your body shifts sideways. Make a dexterity save as you go flinging and swing the rope. As you go to hit the edge of the wall that is all sticky.
10.
10. You swing back and you guys, the rope shakes. Luckily, his save was not low enough that you all hit the wall. But Finks, you're feeling something. You're feeling stuck. As your back is currently not moving, stuck to the wall. A little bit of your feet are currently touching the webbing below you. And you notice the heels of your feet are starting to go kind of numb,
Okay.
as if they're sitting in an ice box.
So I have
Your
usage.
hands are on the rope.
I have the rope.
Hands are on the rope.
Yep.
You guys looking down see this. Howard, don't think you see it because light.
Yeah, no, I don't.
You'd be in the dark. So your dex check would have been disadvantage. I'll ignore it.
Okay, I can roll it.
I'm attempting to pull myself off the wall.
Make a strength check.
8 minus 1, 7.
Can't pull yourself. You go to pull, but you go to, as you try to yank, this webbing is caught you nice and tight on your back.
No, I'm just gonna keep pulling until someone stops me.
You guys, Howard is currently stuck below you, and as he keeps pulling, he's going to begin to start shaking with certain failures the rope, which may get you all stuck. So you may want to react accordingly.
Stop.
Finks, make another strength check.
Spider got
Go to
me.
yank again.
Help!
What?
5.
5. Remus, make a dexterity save. As Finks go to yanks the rope to pull himself free, and he pulls you, being next right above him, pulls the rope a little too close to the wall.
18?
18. Pulls you, and your body swings around, and you spin on the rope and kind of swoop around, and are now spun around and kind of looking at the wall from the other side, but you are not stuck. You are currently holding onto the rope. Your feet are currently right above on Finks's hands.
Hello.
His back is stuck to the wall. What are you guys all doing?
I'm going to use prestidigitation to warm his body and get it off the wall.
there is a kind of almost like someone puts like the hand warmers a little bit. You start to feel like that growing heat near the back of you, Finks. You may be able to pull yourself off now. You may want to make a strength check.
All right. That is a 5 again.
A 5. You pull a yank. Remus, make a dexterity save again. As Finks yanks you again, trying to pull himself free from this little burrow.
I got a save?
Yep, dexterity save.
I got 18.
18. You again spin around. This time, your feet pushed against the wall. And position yourself, and you quickly pull yourself off, and you feel your feet start to kind of get sticky to the wall, but you quickly yank them up in time. If someone else want to try to do something different for Finks.
What's wrong with him? I don't understand.
His back is stuck to the...
I thought we just heated him off the wall.
No, you created some heat, but it's not just cold. There's a sticky substance. It's a webbing. It's sticky. It's icy.
Yeah, but I'm imagining it's like caramel, right? So if the caramel is cold, it's very solid. But if you warm the caramel up, we're going to stretch him out like taffy or caramel. And
Perhaps more heat?
I'll try.
Perhaps? You're also using prestidigitation, which is more of like a flourish, like a fancy mint. Like it's a little bit of heat, but not
That's
enough.
all I've got.
I know it's all you've got. Other people have other things, maybe.
I was gonna say I have a torch, but I'm kind of holding onto a rope right now. I can't grab it for you. It's on my side.
I'm sticking with Rick's ice cream gimmick.
Is it possible that I could shape water enough in the tunnel that while I can't directly affect the web, but I can ice everything over so that it almost covers up the sticky web and pushes Finks off? So like if he's stuck in the tunnel here and I thicken it up, it'll essentially push him off of the sticky part of the web, like to.
So unfortunately, you're not able to affect the webbing's consistency or texture. He is stuck. So you're trying to
change the wall that the webbing is stuck to thicken the wall so that it basically ices over the webbing and pushes him off. So think of like a body floating on top of water and an ice cube raises up out of the water to lift the body up. I'm doing that, but sideways, like pushing him off of the webbing in a way.
So you want to push the wall to kind of break the webbing and see if you can try and snap the webbing.
Or encase the webbing enough that it loses its stickiness and basically pops Finks off.
Why did we go down this hole?
Make a wisdom check here. No, lies. I'd say this. Make an intelligence check. This is an intelligence-based question.
All right. Here we go. 19.
You could try to do this. You think you can. There is a chance, though, that by you pushing and trying to mold the ice and push it off, you're going to break the hold that where the webbing is kind of secured. It may fold over and kind of almost like a curtain drape style. Break it in one way. The top may fold over and start to layer over and fold in on itself. You may break the webbing loose, but then you have a giant, gunky, solid part of webbing all falling together. May turn into a bit of a mess. More than likely, you guys are more than welcome to try. This would be very interesting. You could try.
Wait, what's stuck to the wall?
Me.
Finks.
Like how
Finks.
though?
So if I'm climbing,
What on it? Is it like his
Everything-
coat?
everything-
Tony,
I
stick
got
your
it.
body to the back of the wall behind so people see what
No, like is his skin actually stuck to the wall?
Oh,
or
yeah,
is
like-
it just
like
like
he-
items
like-
on him.
his armor, where he is stuck and everything is currently kind of the side of him where his armor and his bag are kind of adhered to this gooey, webby, sappy, like in a spider web.
How close?
That is also like an icy webbing of sorts. What are you saying, Yanni?
How close to the bottom of the rope is Finks before he's attacked? Like how much more rope?
30 feet of rope.
But underneath?
Yeah.
No? Oh, never mind. Never mind. I was gonna
You
say
guys are only 20 feet down. He was just about to break forth from this tunnel and he rolled an at one.
got it.
Shape water?
I say he just
Is it-
strips down and falls down the hole.
Is it curving now?
No, this is just straight shot down. It curves past the 50 feet.
Oh, okay, never mind.
What are you guys doing?
I say go for it.
I'm gonna do it.
I say you do it. And if not,
Go
I'll
for
just shoot a firebolt at it. We'll see what happens.
Wait, what are you doing?
I think.
Are you
we'll be
doing
fine.
it? Are you just going to do this, Azoth?
I'm gonna give you an ice crowbar to pry you off.
Make an intelligence check, or make a spellcasting ability check on this. As you begin to try and shape and form the walls of ice and shape it to expand the walls to kind of break forth and push you off of the webbing, hoping you don't break the structure of the walls and make the webbing and of the whole tunnel kind of collapse in on itself and dropping you all. Hoping you don't do that.
21.
Oh, very carefully. You begin to very skillfully shape water and start to push this cantrip beyond its limits of normal capacity and utilization of at the right moments having the water seep in through the webbing, expanding, decompressing, and it takes some time. You guys are dangling now. I'd like everyone to make constitution checks as Azoth is trying to painstakingly take his time to pop things free from this webbing that is currently taking time. It is just, you are all holding now on this for 10 minutes as
I got a 20 on that if it means anything.
you're holding your constitution. You got this. You are in the zone.
I got a 6.
6 from Yanni.
4.
No, he's
5?
got a 13.
13.
John got a 30. Yeah, I got a 15.
13.
Okay. Yanni and Remus tucked in nice and cozily cinched in with this rope, waiting, just kind of biding their time. Howard, your arm is starting to give out. Finks, you are tired. You are relaxing. You can let go of your hands and drop them to the wall if you wish. It may cause some issues, or you can try and just suck through it and hold on to the rope still.
I'm panicking. I'd hold on to the rope.
Hold on to the rope. Got it. Howard, you begin to get tired and make a strength check for me. To see if you can hold on to this rope.
6 again.
6. You hear a voice in the back of your head that says, fuck it. What if you dropped?
What if I dropped? That is
You
very
do
good.
not have to take that as a direction to drop, but you hear a voice that just says, what if you dropped?
It's pitch black. I don't know how far down it goes, but he does make an interesting case. I'm gonna let go.
Okay, dexterity check, disadvantage.
You would snatch at Finks on your way down. Take him
It's
with
like
you.
latch on.
And
to
that
him.
hurts. So I rolled a 17 for the first one, but the second one's a 7 plus 2, so 9.
That's way more aptly deserved.
Yeah.
You are all taking your time, popping things free, and things, there's a moment of you hold on to the rope as you feel one of a dagger that was kind of loosely attached to your back pouch drops as you become free from the ice, holding onto the rope. You all see Howard just let go. Finks, quickly, you see a humanoid figure just rush down in front of you. You all with Darfish and see Howard drop. Howard, you drop for 10 feet, 15 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet.
I'll hit the pendant slow fall.
Oh, I forgot you had that still for the day. Now we're tapping it, dropping the Featherfall spell. You float for another 20 feet as you hit 60 feet drop. You currently are in the dark.
I will light up the torch.
You are in a tunnel that looks like the walls that you dropped down were newly carved. The ceiling that you're looking at looks like it has a leveled ceiling as if structured to be now a chamber. You're in a hallway. It is a 5-foot carved, like a block squared hallway that goes forward 5 feet, and you see it begins a staircase drop into darkness that purges beyond the 35 feet that you can see. It just goes down into darkness, and you see it reach a corner and turn. No, you wouldn't even actually see that. You just see the stairway stretch into darkness.
Okay.
You guys all heard Howard drop around. I don't know, maybe he went silent.
No, yeah, I went silent.
You guys all saw Howard drop. Didn't hear a tap. Yanni, dark vision, push into that 60 foot. You would see where Howard lands. It's where the tunnel kind of curves and makes an abrupt stop.
I would say they would see the light too after I.
You got, you'd all see the light light up.
I'm all fine down here, guys. But do come on down because it looks like there is a hallway here and a staircase.
Can we drop safe? If we get down to where Pinks is?
You guys are gonna be dropping. You guys are gonna be dropping to your feet. He had a way to land softly.
I had the pendant for a slow fall.
Right. So, but if we were to get down to the level where Finks was at, how much of a drop is it from there to the ground?
30?
It's like another 40, I think, feet.
Be another 40 feet.
Anything soft for us to land on?
No, it is a. Howard, you looking down? It's an
Solid.
icy, chiseled floor.
Can we get lower before we drop?
I would say probably get down to at least the edge of the rope and then drop. It's only 10 feet from there.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you make your way down the rope, you'd have 10 feet drop.
Oh,
beyond, below the rope.
Yes.
We're going all the way down that dang rope.
Yeah.
Down the rope.
On down the rope again.
I got a rope.
Can't wait to be back down the rope again. Down the rope again.
All right.
Take me home, frozen rope.
That's right. It's covered in oil.
You make your way down. Make a dexterity check as you all have a 10-foot drop.
23.
Good.
18.
22.
Good. Azoth, 2.
22.
Is it
Oh.
2? Azoth, you sliding down, you let go. You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as you whack. Fall right on your ass. Hit your tailbone. Oh, it's gonna be sore.
Shake that tail for the.
You see this 5-foot little kind of platform that Howard's on. You see these stairs stretching down below him. You guys take down the stairs. The hallway is carved now, 5 feet wide. The walls are shaped almost like a water shaping, kind of like just smoothed down this staircase.
That's it.
Make a perception check with disadvantage because you guys are in dark vision.
Everybody?
Oh, actually, no, you have the light. Never mind. Straight perception checks. You have the light.
12.
15.
13.
Looking on the walls of this, you see that there's almost like carvings of an Egyptian kind of like hieroglyphics, almost like the runic carvings that you saw on the tomb above are carved on the walls of the of this chamber, that this hallway that stretches downward. Almost like giant. It's Howard, you looking would see that it is written in giant.
Okay. What does it say?
Just protection, kind of almost like burial ground, sacred text, eternal slumber, do not pillage, that kind of stuff.
Seems like this is a warning to definitely pillage and go through whatever was down here.
All right. You guys traveling down?
Is that the only way, just the staircase?
Yep, just a solid staircase going down. Looks like something had come up here and then set a trap of sorts that would unleash maybe a spider to crawl upwards or something. The spider burrowed upwards.
Are the stairs made of ice?
The stairs are carved out of ice. Looking over to your left and right, you could see two thinner sheets of ice that are pretty solid, but you can maybe see something a little bit beyond it, but these look kind of like walled, smoothed, more recent. Can add it on after.
Interesting. I guess I'll start going down.
All right, you guys start going down.
Yep.
You go downstairs, 100 feet, turn, down another loop, 100 feet down. These are going through flights of stairs. These flights just stretch. It's a little ominous. You guys are just like stretching to the bottom of this giant ice structure. You are met as you cut around by a giant door in front of you. There is as you turn around this second flight of stairs and go down 100 feet, you were met by this giant just door. It's almost just stopping your path. 20 feet wide, 25 feet tall.
What's the door made out of, or what does it look like it's made out of?
It looks like it's carved out of the ice.
Okay.
Is there a lock we can see?
Make a perception check.
17?
There looks like there's a seam and there is a kind of almost a fashioned ice, like almost where a lock would be in the center that would split open, almost like a key would go into it, but it looks almost carved out of the ice.
I think I know what time it is.
Uh-oh.
It's time to bust out Kevin, the key knife.
Put it in.
All right.
Was once
Can you
the
explain
key,
Kevin to
still a
the...
knife.
Does Yanni have any idea who Kevin is?
No.
No? Oh, that's great. So you guys you see Remus pull out this key that almost looks like a switchback kind of combed fashion, where it's this key that at the very edging, it looks almost bladed and charaded in a way.
Good God, man. What is that?
Well, it was a key at first, and then I used it, and it turned into a dagger, and now it's kind of arguing back and forth with me about being a key again. And I give it pep talks, and sometimes it opens stuff, but other times I'm just talking to a key. I named it Kevin. Oh no, it doesn't. I just named it.
Oh, okay, man. Go ahead.
It's weird ass magic items. I love it. Okay. Make what are you trying to do? You pull out Kevin. You see a giant lock. The lock is 20 feet up in the center of this, be 10 feet up in the center of this door.
All right, so I'm going to use my mage hand.
Okay.
And before I do that, I'm going to pep talk Kevin and say, Kevin, now I know this is an ice lock, and I know you've never done this before, but I really hope someday you can become a key again, and maybe this will help you. And then I use mage hand to lift it up to the lock and try and open the door.
Persuasion check? Why not? Persuasion check.
You're persuading the item?
That's how we work.
Okay.
Me and the item.
Pep talking it.
That's a 17.
I mean, it's a giant lock. You got a key that can kind of open up most locks and works as a thieves, kind of like the lock picking tool.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling maybe confident. You haven't done this in a minute.
It's not the size of the lock.
How you use it.
The motion of the key, yes.
How you use it.
All right, going up. Make a sleight of hand check with your proficiency.
All right.
It's okay if it doesn't work, Remus. It's cold. It happens to the best of us.
Consider renaming Kevin?
I have debated it, but we have not.
That's all. Just wondering if you'd consider it.
I consider it. What? I got a 26. What name did you have in mind?
I'm not sure yet. I was just curious if you were at all interested.
Oh, I'm open to it.
Okay. Good to know.
And while you're talking about the renaming of Kevin, you hear the as the hand floats back down, succeedingly high enough of a roll, with a nice successful pep talk. The door starts scraping open out towards you as they split open.
Maybe your name's not Kevin.
No idea what it is.
I don't. That's what I say as I put it away and the door opens.
Is that an
You
NPC you have to play or no? Okay, go on. Go on.
So you walk in, which is great. I love this. You walk into this circular room that you see with a central dais at the center, with a book that has been parted open. You see, make a perception check. You guys all just walk into this room?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
rolling deep.
12.
9.
I gotta make sure.
12, 9, 18, 8,
23.
23. Azoth and Reem, everyone in the room looks at this room. This is a domed old room. The ceiling goes 100 feet high in the center. Apart from that, everything kind of just encompasses over to it. The walls from width to width are 100 feet, circling all around. You guys have walked in the center. This is a very bare minimum room. Apart from this circled space, in the center you see a dais with a book broken open, and Azoth and Remus, looking off to the one side, you see part of the walls looks has debris caved in from the ceiling that fell in, as it looks like there's a hand poking out of the rubble.
Oh shit!
How
An
big,
arm of sorts.
How big of an arm compared to me?
My man.
This is roughly 50 feet away. It looks humanoid in size offhand. You can't tell. You'd have to go investigate closer.
I look at Azoth and I'm because I can tell he kind of notices this too, and I'm just like, should we see if that person's in the rubble still, or I mean, I'm sure this room has been locked a while.
We should.
Okay.
Is the rubble past the book?
The rubble would be not past the book. So if you're walking in, the book is dead in the center of the room.
Okay.
So it'd be 50 feet into the room. And the rubble, it'd be kind of like, so if you walked into the room and looking down, the room is at the center of the clock and you guys walked in at 6 o'clock. The rubble is anywhere between 5 and 4 o'clock on the wall to your right.
Okay. I mean, it's on the way anyways. Yeah.
All right. You guys walk over and investigate. You see a large humanoid looking hand that looks, if it was in scale to a human bodied size, it'd probably be anywhere between 7.5 to 8 feet in comparison tall. So you see a monster looking thicker, metallic looking elbow up to the hand popping out of a busted rubble.
It's like that Dragon Claw, but it's not.
Kind of, but hand pops out. It's about like a foot long of a wrist with a hand, but it looks metallic and has like metal plating that wraps around it. And upon closer inspection, make an investigation check make a perception check as you come in closer to it.
9.
9. You see the fingers of this individual are not humanoid fingers. They're not organic. They're little metal bolts that are wrapped around and coils and metal plating that's kind of bent over. And you see gears and sprockets from in between parts of it and shards of glass that are stretching up amongst the forearm with little tubed, almost like vials embedded within the arm. You can see over this glass plating. What?
Are the tubes and vials filled with anything?
There's something in it, almost like a liquid, almost like a liquid texture. You don't know.
Color?
it looks frosted over. You can't tell the color of a liquid. It looks kind of just cleared and seed through. And the glass on this coppered hand is translucent with a slight blue tinting. So it's.
I'll grab one of the rocks that I can like easily lift up, and I'll drop it into the hand.
You drop a rock into the hand, and you see it go. Grab the rock in reaction, kind of almost as still alive. Hand just grabs the rock.
Does it hold it?
It holds the rock in its grip. What are you guys doing? You all walk in. You see Azoth and Remus looking over at this pile of rubble now with this metal hand sticking out of the rubble. There is a dais or not a dais, like almost like an altar with like a book setting on it, split open.
What's in the book?
You walk over. It is too high for you. It is 5 feet off the ground and kind of like chest level of a taller figure that would like read from it.
I'll walk over. I'll take that for you. And I'll take the
Howard?
book and start going through it.
Howard, make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no!
Yeah,
You touched
wisdom.
the book.
Okay, not bad. 7.
You hit. Yeah, perfect. You get reeked with a flash of psychic pain the minute you grab the book and hand it. You drop it. As you grab your head and just, you feel a spike of just a headache just rake you for 10 points of psychic damage.
Oh shit. Okay.
There's a little bit of blood. Howard or Fink's looking up at Howard as he kind of is grabbing his head. You see a trickle out of his nose, just a slight little bit of stain of blood down his nose.
What did it say?
You just flashing of pain.
It's reminiscent to a children's book. I don't deal with those. You can have it.
Okay. And I'll start flipping through. Do you remember what page you were on?
Make a wisdom save.
I feel like wipe my nose as I walk away.
My God.
All right, 24.
Yeah,
You save it. You take 1 point of psychic damage as a little throbbing feeling comes into the back of your head. What languages do you know?
Goblin and Common, and then Giant, if you allow that. But I think that's more speech, not reading.
There is this voice you hear in the back of your head that's you hear something like that as you're
give it to Yanni.
Have I heard anything like that?
make an intelligence check. See if you recognize as
Oh, nat 20. -1 is 19. Doing good.
you ever share the room with Howard?
Yeah, I'm sure.
There has been a few nights that you've woken up middle of the night in a cold sweat from a nightmare. And you have remembered you woken up shaken, like, frantic, looking around, and you see Howard just slumbering away, and you hear him just whispering. It's kind of like that scene in Little Nicky.
Okay.
Where you are hearing some abyssal, like, dark shit, and you just heard that in your head, and you're like, oh, fuck.
The little children. La, 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 la.
Howard, you're reading this book in my head.
Well, it's one of those, like, where he breathes out and the devilish gurgling noises are coming from him. You've heard this weird tongue before coming from Howard at night when he sleeps.
Howard, this is your words in my head from this book. How are you doing that?
I'm not quite sure. Like I said, children's books, I don't deal with them, and I protect
No, but
them
it's
away.
you. It's the noises you make in my head.
Abyssal?
If that's what you call it. I give it back to him.
Okay.
You take the book back.
I'll take the book
Also,
back.
You said it.
Make a wisdom saving throw the minute you
I'll
grab it.
Focus and.
I'm gonna.
Wisdom save hot potato. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, 19.
There you go.
19. You hear this voice start to break through, and you're now being a little bit more mentally prepared. Seeing it pushing it back, this whispering just kind of starts to break into your head as you tap into something, and you start to hear an abyssal. Do you understand spoken language, or is it only a reading? Or do you?
No,
I know you would know abyssal.
Yeah, abyssal is my language. Yeah.
You start to hear the chucklings of those that seek undying secrets. Ask away. And you start to hear like whisperings of like, kind of like you're opening the Ouija book of the Ouija board of the abyss right now. You're tapping into something similar of, you're hearing whisperings of various abyssal voices asking of, please, who talks? Who's there? Let me in. You're hearing whisperings and kind of a something here.
It said, those that seek unknowing wisdom, what?
Kind of those that seek unknowingly ask away. Just
Ask
kind
away.
of this very ominous kind of, you're tapping and you're basically you're starting the Ouija board of the abyss right now. And you having your connection home and beaconed on some outworld prospects are like, whoa, who's this thing here? And you're having whispers like, who's there? Who's asking? What are you
guys,
doing?
This pull it up. This book has all the answers we need. So ask away, ask a question, and it could probably answer it for you. This is some very powerful stuff.
Yeah.
Anybody have a question?
Book.
Anybody want to know anything?
Hold on.
Y'all are gonna try and ask this book questions? Oh, great.
No, Sphinx doesn't like this. Hold on.
We're about to see Finks become a cleric, guys.
This may hold the answers to all of our issues here.
Make a perception check with disadvantage, Danny.
Okay.
Sphinx is going to cast protection from evil and good, but I will wait till after the save.
With disadvantage, it's 18. Otherwise, it would have been a natural 20.
You're looking down at the floor as you're kind of like losing your concentration and train of thought as you're kind of holding on this book. All these questions are kind of whispering in and answering at you, and you're kind of being lost in thought of what could you ask? What could you go for? Who could you talk to? Then you just begin to look at the floor as you zone off a little bit. You can focus on, there's this weird circular design on the flooring. As everyone's looking around and how Finks is kind of looking between his clerical equipment. Yanni, where are you at this moment?
I'm not quite sure.
Yeah. A couple things are about to happen and react in this moment. So where is everyone at? Azoth and Remus are over by this hand looking at this.
While this is happening, I just wanted to use like my eye to see what's under the rubble attached to the hand.
You see essentially looking under the rumble a coppered metal mechanical humanoid.
Okay.
That is covered with glass shards and kind of almost glass components and compartments filled with glass vials and tubing with almost like a metallic mechanical featureless face with like spaces where there would be eyes and like a mouth structure.
Gotcha.
I'm during this I'm taking my quarterstaff.
Yeah.
It's holding the rock. Right?
Yes, this hand holding the rock.
So I would like to try to just tap the stone out of its hand.
Okay. The minute you push the stone out of the hand, it's one of those, it grabs the reactionary. Just,
amazing. I'm going to try to start pulling the quarterstaff.
make a strength check to pull this back.
9.
You begin to pull and you see this arm gets dislodged from the pile. And as you pull, you see a shoulder socket of a body get shifted out, gripped onto your staff.
Cool.
You've begun to pull out a metal body.
Remus, what the heck we got going on underneath these rocks?
I'm not too sure. I feel like between UI and Azoth, we should be able to get whatever's under here out of here, though.
Okay.
At least out of the rubble.
You pull this, yank this body out, and throughout the time of you two helping, while Howard is this is kind of coincidingly happening. You pull this body out, and you see a metallic copper kind of built and crafted, almost like a homebrewed C3PO, but scrawny-eared, 7-foot tall humanoid figure that was built out of metal plating, tubing, piping that is feature that kind of almost featureless face that has these spots for eye sockets, that has no nose, no mouth, just a straight kind of line with little dashes, kind of thing like a microphone almost, kind of like just like a little meshing there. Bald, kind of just smoothed head back. It is covered in robes that look are arcana based of sorts. And as you pull him out now, you see his chest is busted open with a bunch of these gears, as there is a tube of almost a vial, looks about like this tall, with this little like mist kind of swirling in it, stuffed in his side chest, in one of his chest components.
I'll take the vial.
Pull his vial out.
Hell yeah.
With that, you hear as some of the sprockets start to kind of shift and move as you dislodged something, as it goes and just starts to try to say a D noise, as it's almost like caught on a loop.
Yep.
As it goes, that proceeds.
Is it just laying on the ground?
It is kind of laying on a little bit of half set up on the pile as you pulled it out and kind of are looking it over.
That's fine. Let it do its thing. You clearly disengaged it, whatever it was. So we don't know if it was good or evil. We don't know what it was, but right now it's not going to do anything because you took the piece out. So,
you guys doing anything further with it as it's at the stuttering noise?
Not right this moment.
No.
All right. While this has happened, Howard, you're looking down at the ground, and as you see the center kind of the podium where the book was that you kind of grabbed it, as you're hearing all these whispers around, you've now kind of ignored them. Mm-hmm. Intrigued, looking at the circle that kind of goes around 10 feet in width around the podium. And you're looking at these striations of these lines that are kind of cracking from the center line now, almost like a shattering in the ice that shatters all the way back to the edge of the wall. And as it gets towards the wall, there's these thicker, almost like on the ground, there's a line that starts to, you notice, kind of goes around the entire room now, but about a foot away from the wall. And as you walk over to one of the edges of the wall, you see where it looks like this line is a separation of sorts. Almost like a bunched up, almost like a bunch of line. Almost looks like there's a line that separates this room in half, but only from the edge. Almost like there's a hinge, something in the underneath on the flooring. It's weird, but there's something with the floor that looks different.
Do I get this?
Almost like there's a series of like a single ring that goes around it.
Yeah.
And then there's lines that kind of come in from the outside, emanate to the center. And then as you are from the wall looking at the center of the podium, you look now and can see a darker coloration of the 10-foot wide circle that went around the little podium where the book was sitting.
Can I get that spell off now?
What are you guys doing?
Further.
What's up?
Go ahead. What was the spell?
I wanted to cast Protection from Evil and Good on Howard.
Yeah.
Okay. Protection from evil and good. That does exactly.
So one creature versus aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead gain this year disadvantage if those things are attacking Howard, and then Howard also, and so the important part, can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them.
Okay. Let me see real quick.
I don't like this book.
Got it. All right, cool. Good enough. You've cast a spell. What are you guys doing?
Do we notice what's going on, or do we just see like Howard looking like he's all dizzy like?
Howard looks like he's being Howard and intrigued
But
by
we
something.
Can't see any other?
Make a perception check.
I was gonna say, do I get the sense like I would feel like the floor could rotate in a way based off of like the way the lines are and everything?
No, it looks like more the lines all come from the walls directly to the center of the room, but almost in like a veiny way, almost like they kind of crack
Oh, okay.
in some ways.
Is that a perception check?
Yes.
17.
17. Azoth, you looking at how we're kind of look at the floor as a whole picture, and you looking off from the side now? You looking down? This looks like a big fucking eye.
With the altar in the middle of where like the pupil would be?
That little black 10-foot round dot very well could be a pupil. Looking at the striations, you're seeing the blood veins or the veins of what would be on the eye. You see the outer ring around now.
The floor was like ice though, or stone or whatever it was, right?
It's solid over. You guys are walking on ice. Could be something below the floor.
Or you could just be saying that to throw us off.
I could be doing that too.
It's probably nothing.
What are you guys doing in here? You notice this. You make this. I mean, there's been no change in the flooring since this discovery.
And the only other thing in that room that was out of place was the pile of rubble with the hand sticking out of it.
Yes.
Any other entrances or exits other than the one giant door that we came in?
Just that. You looking above where the rubble is, you can see parts from where it kind of dislodged from it.
And it's
or where the rubble kind of dislodged from the ceiling and fell and buried and collapsed and fell on this creature, this being.
You said it's a glass dome above?
Yeah, it's the ceiling kind of just domes in. It just kind of smoothed. It's not glass above.
Not glass.
Just smoothed.
I don't know. I'll drink the vial that I took.
Okay.
Yep, drink it.
Oh, I love. Okay, give me 1 second on this one.
Oh,
Just throwing for a curveball, man.
Roll a d4 for me. Tell me what you get.
All right. 4.
4?
Yeah.
Roll a d4 for me.
3.
3.
Oh,
okay.
I rolled it and it was a 4, and then he told me to roll again. It was a 3.
Yep. No,
Okay.
that's perfect. There's some weird ass magic shit that you don't know what happens. You don't really know exactly how or what is going on. But you feel there. So there's a part of you that when you go to cast magic, there's a like this energy that you kind of tap into, the weave.
Right.
And as you grab this corked vial that you now pop it out of this chest, you're looking at this clear see-through liquid, and it just kind of floats around. There's almost this essence in it that just kind of floats within the vial. You swig it, and it almost kind of, you feel this this feeling that you tap into the weave when you go to cast a spell. You kind of feel this emanating like magical connection on the Arcana side.
Okay.
And you all, let's see, right, who's next to you? Right next to you would be Yanni and Remus. See this little, as you cough out, a little mote of just possibility float out of your chest as a little ball of light just floats in front of you and just kind of rests over your shoulder. You feel lucky in that when you try to make a check or try to make an ability roll, you may get a second chance at it.
Okay.
All right. Make an Arcana check.
24.
This is some Ludimus magic that you had just consumed a little bit of, and you're making the connection due to your current books and studies into spell books. You possibly just drank a spell scroll.
Okay.
Maybe. Something similar to this. Here you go. All right, what do you guys want to do? There is this body that is still going, duh, 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 stuttering.
Is there anything else that I can do to maybe try and automate it further? Like, is there another gear that's stuck? Is there something not in place? Is there anything I can do to fix it?
Make an intelligence check as you observe this.
18.
18. You do not know. What would you be looking for trying to do, or what are you trying to do to try and stop, make this do differently?
So, like, if there's a gear that's like maybe not clicking onto another gear that should be moving, if it's supposed to be like a sequence of events, if there's something.
Okay. Looking at where you pull out one of these little tubes of liquid, you kind of see there are two gears that are not catching, and that maybe shifting one over with your hand maybe can connect the two.
Yeah.
Make a dexterity check.
Okay.
How are you doing this? Are you just going to like try to poke your hand in and move it? Or are you trying to tell someone else about it?
No, I'll go in.
Just go in, just kind of like, I think I can move this.
Yeah.
All right. Make a dexterity check.
3.
3. Roll a d4 for me. As you go to shift over, you see the body of this whole kind of creature kind of tweak out as one of the gears sprockets move over. There's a it goes dock as its hand flails out. You roll the 1.
Yeah.
Okay. You see its hand rolls out. One of the vials in its wrist on its forearm that you saw gets shifted over and kind of loaded into a tube. And you see it go, you see the hand lift up. And as the hand launches a witch bolt in a direction at the ceiling, that hits. 8 damage. You see a green bolt of energy shoot out from the hand, rocket into the side of the wall. And there's a moment. And you hear a as you all begin to hear a cracking noise splitting from above you. What are you all doing? Looking up, you can start to see a bit of a crack forming. It's not growing too fast yet. But
I think we might want to get out of here, and I'm going to start making my way towards the door with the book in hand.
make wisdom save.
Okay. 14.
14. You can run, but you can't leave you can't take the book with you. The book belongs in this room.
Yes, the book does belong here. It's too many secrets, too powerful for us to know. I'll throw it back towards the wherever It was hanging off of the podium or whatever, the altar.
Dexterity check as you launch the book and just
4.
the book hits the ground next to the podium and slides off across the hall.
Okay.
The book should probably go on the podium. Make a wisdom save.
Shit.
You guys all see Howard launch the book and hitting the wall. The body is going, the metallic being is going, doc, 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 doc. You hear the vial spins on its arm again. Another green beam launches out of it. What are you all doing, guys?
Remus, use your mage hand and put the book back on the pedestal.
Okay. I will use
I
my
was gonna
mage
say-
hand to put the book back on the pedestal.
I was gonna say Howard would have ran back to the book anyway.
As Howard is running back for it, you see someone else trying to conjure a mage hand to take the book from you, where you're supposed to put this on the pedestal. Someone else is trying to do the job for you. This is an honor for you.
This is. Let me do it. Like I shout out, let me do it.
Oh,
I put it down. And I like how quickly it's like how fast are like the cracks going?
At this moment, as you run over to pick up the book, as Remus agrees to you, I don't know if you're going to drop the mage hand or not. You now to hear a as another green bolt was shot out from the hand. Make a dexterity save as it hits above where you land, Howard. As you see a part of the ceiling. You guys now looking up, see the spidering of the ceiling start to spread out.
16.
You move out of the way. A large piece of ice drops and smacks the ground. You see the flooring start to crack.
Okay, I'm gonna open it up like real fast and frantically. Quick, tell me, what is the meaning of the ancient halls and what does the red comet mean? How do I stop it?
All right, wisdom save as you go into the book or begin this moment. You guys this is all happening moment fast. The ceiling is now starting to collapse as it's now spider webbing out. One of the parts that fell from the ceiling broke the floor. It is now starting to crack out and move out. Howard is across the chamber completely on the opposite side from where the door is. You guys now see the spider webbing on the ceiling starting to split. There's this metal body that's duck, 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 duck. While Howard's making this wisdom save, how are you all reacting to this?
I am maintaining my spell concentration on him.
Is there another vial? Oh, he's gone.
Are there like alcoves or something to like if we were to press up against the wall that if it were to like collapse in that we'd be?
It is the walls are just smoothed up, carved up. There's nothing to block on this one.
Is there another vial similar to the one that Azoth took out of the metallic man?
There are.
Can see.
Make a perception check.
Larry.
By the way, it was a 7 for my wisdom save.
It's
You
dark here
fall
now.
to the ground,
I fixed
taking
it.
4 points of psychic damage as your nose begins to bleed more. As you're on the ground holding the book, you all see Howard start to spaz out.
My perception check was a 13.
Perception check was a 13. You were looking for other vials. You don't see any more in the chest cavity. You see that there are some in the arms of this being, not an entity, not a creature, really. It's basically a metaled man, essentially. In the one arm where it's shooting from, and then the one arm to its side is composed.
Can I take out one of the gears that Azoth moved with my mage hand?
The gears are currently twisting. Make a dexterity check as you go to pull it in. Are you trying to be delicate, or are you just trying to yank on it?
Yank.
Got it. Straight dex check.
17.
17. You yank and just pull for a couple gears. It goes duck, 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 launching 2 more blasts before it goes. The body just goes limp. 2 spells get launched out of its arms, though, at the last moment. The first one, you see another green bolt launch out that you all recognize as a witch bolt.
4.
Hits the ceilings. Another one drop. Another part of the ceiling drops. This one, it is going to fall right above where you guys are. I need Yanni and Remus to make dex saves. Azoth, you were moved off to the side enough away from it.
24.
24. You dive out of the way, Remus. Yanni?
23.
Easy enough. Dive out the opposite way. Just missing this giant boulder of ice that just falls from the ceiling where the shot of the witch bolt had hit it. This greenish, sickly blast. You see the ceiling is now spiraling and spiraling, webbing, cracking, breaking, starting to fall. You see the cracks are now running along the side of the structure. The flooring is now where it was collided with this piece that fell from the ceiling. You see it now starting to crack near your feet. Yanni and Remus and Azoth down below you.
What can we see underneath us?
Make a perception check as you look down at your feet where it's webbing and kind of splitting off.
21.
Remus, you look down.
Oh, I got a 8.
8. Yanni, you look down. I'll say this one. You know what? Fair enough. I'll give it to you all. You look down, you see the room close for a second and open again below the ice below you. The ground kind of closes for a second and then opens up in the middle by like a straight line, almost like an eyelid going.
That's weird.
There is a sudden response of a noise emanating and roaring from below you as the ground begins to shift and start to move.
That's not good.
I'm going to make
I'm
my
gonna
way back toward the door.
I was gonna say, yeah, Howard's gonna scramble up as fast as he can, put the book back.
So, real quick, all this happened. Howard, you failed your wisdom save. You are on the ground, unconscious. You asked for. Well, you're like having like the seizure moment of you asking the book about the red comet. And you hear a bunch of voices going, "Ooh, the red ice, the red comet, the coming of the disaster." You hear flash beyond that. Carcosa awaits. Just emanating beyond all these voices of the chuckling. You wake up peering, your face is striking with pain. You see the ceiling falling. You look down there. The flooring now, guys, as you all have seen it, are now closing and opening. It is now an eye blinking. There is now the roaring of a creature. You guys are essentially on top of the slumbered Godzilla-sized creature as an eye blinks. You hear the roaring. You guys are all getting up to your feet. What are you doing? The room around you is starting to collapse.
Howard's gonna bolt out the door.
Yeah.
You guys are just bolting out the door.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
You guys
I
all
wanna leave
leading.
I want to run, but I want to leave my duplicate illusion behind.
Okay. You pop the duplicate, leave an illusion. Everyone else is running, following in suit with everyone running to the door.
I would like to use my tensor's floating disc to hover.
Okay. You hover. What's the speed on the floating disc? You were to say it's walking speed, or is it?
I believe so.
Okay.
I'll double check.
You make your way to the door on the floating disc flying. You reach the part of the stairs. Do you start to run upstairs? Make perception check.
It's the only place we can go, right?
Yeah, it doesn't go up. It doesn't levitate. It just hits the stairs, and it's like you guys are at the stairs.
Wait, what?
You're on Tensor's disc. You guys are moving towards where the door.
No, it's not that wide. I was just talking about me.
Oh, I know, but like you hit the stairs. The Tensor's disc doesn't float upward.
It
So
just
you got out of the room.
Yeah, you float out of the. You basically are standing on the disc as you float out of the room. You guys make it out of the chamber, with your movement and reaction. Looking around now, get perception checks.
21.
23.
12.
12.
12. Around everyone, the room structure that you guys are in is currently about to tumble down. You see cracks splitting up the wall now. There is parts of the dais that you guys turn around to look back as you're stepping on the stairs of this icy kind of like pathway up. You see parting of the floor starting to break forth and bust up. You guys run up the stairs. Run up it. Make survival checks as you run up the stairs, and you see the walls around you are starting to break and crumble down around. The walls are starting to split and collapse in. Cracks are breaking open. You're seeing pitches of breakings of like kind of like this pitch dark light, this pitch darkness breaking through the little bit of dark vision you're seeing of inside. You're seeing like outside.
9.
12.
10, 12, 4. You guys are making your way up. You're not running up fast. You're starting to fall between tumbles of rocks. You're trying to get up, crawl your way through. You're maybe 100 feet up. You still have quite a ways to go. You guys are currently in the middle of a giant structure that is currently tumbling down from a series of placed blasts, plus this monster beginning to awaken that you're hearing this. And there is a gargantuanness in size being of entity below this cuirass that you are in that is now beginning to awaken. And as you look behind, you hear the crunching and it sounds like an earthquake behind you as the walls are tumbling and falling. You guys are running up. You break forth. You see the tunnel that stretches forth to the tomb, and you see the rope ahead of you. What are you guys doing? You guys are you're gonna try and climb the wall, try and head down a side tunnel that groups up. Where are you guys going? What are you guys looking at? What are you trying to do? You're in basically the giant. You're in a building that is being demoed.
Should we be going up when this thing's being destroyed?
Yeah, I feel like we should just go. Like, we're going up because we want to go out the way we came, because we don't know if this will go out one way or another.
Okay.
Wait, did you say we could see like lighting outside though?
It's not light because in the Veil of the Long Night it's perpetual darkness and nighttime. You could see a few stars glintering just quickly as you're running. You're like, wait, is that the outside? And you don't know if it's because you're at the edge of one of these structures and you're just kind of broken forth like the wall, or is this structure cracking so severely that it's splitting into multiple pieces? You're in the center of the building as it's demoing, and you're seeing parts of it break off and fall off of it. As you're now hearing, there is ice dust flying everywhere. I need survival checks as you all are running and trying to evade and avoid falling debris falling around you. As you are running up a tunnel, trying to run up and get away from these stairs, but now you're 10 feet below where this rope drops. So how are you getting up to the rope?
Nat 20 plus 4.
Nat 20.
Oh, nice.
You all see Azoth scoot ahead of you, run up the ice and just kind of hit and jump, grab the rope and begin to kind of climb his way up.
9.
Howard, you get there. You're 10 feet below the rope. What are you doing?
Jumping.
Jumping. Make a strength check as you go to jump.
Sure. Oh, nice. 18.
18. You leap up and just grab the rope and just, you're going to start to pull yourself up. Okay, you're pulling yourself up.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll try and throw Finks up towards the rope.
All right. Finks get thrown up. I'll say strength with advantage as you're using his kind of leverage to him jump up and launch.
$19.
19. Succeed. You launch Finks up in the air 10 feet. Finks, you grab on the rope. You begin to pull yourself up and climb up. You all are hearing this. You hear this ungodly, sick sound that sounds out of this world and alien like this. As the ground begins to shift more. Remus and Yanni, you guys are not on the rope yet. Make dexterity saves as the stability of the ground that you're on slides as the structure moves a little bit.
13.
13. Yanni, what you get?
21.
21. You hold nice, and you kind of catch Remus as he goes to slide off down the stairs backwards. You pull him closer to you to hold each other ready to launch someone up to the ropes. At this moment, you now feel different. There's a moment where everything's okay and it's quiet. And then a split second, you are as there's now a feeling of tipping. You guys are dangling on the rope, now on your sides. Part of this structure is now falling. You guys are now falling slide. The building is now this giant structure is now tipping at some point at its movement. Make 2 strength checks as Yanni and Remus kind of leap their way up onto this rope. You guys are still going to try and climb on this rope. This giant structure, hundreds of feet tall, is now falling. Start thinking of what you guys want to do as you're inside of this. Yanni and Remus, strength checks.
16.
16. You leap up enough, push your tail, and just spring yourself up and grab the rope and begin to pull yourself up. As everyone is trying to climb the rope is now starting to sway slightly to one side, as you all feel the structure now starting to kind of tip. Yanni, strength check.
11.
11. As this giant structure is starting to tip, you use the leverage of as it's like tipping on its side, kick off on the wall, grab the rope. You are now leading it. Everyone is now climbing up the rope. Make another survival check as you're pulling up the rope, pulling up to try and get up the tunnel and have to dig your way through.
17.
17. 14? Who got 14? 14, nice. Finks, what you got?
12.
12. Okay. Remus.
Also 12.
Okay. Yanni.
19.
19. Nice pickup in the back. You see Finks and Remus kind of slacken as you guys break forth from the ropes. And as Azoth and Howard look around, they run back into the tomb where there is they run back into the hall where there's a tomb with the boulder off to the side. You see the hole in the top. You guys can try and keep going back through. That way you guys can try and blast and find your own way out of this structure. You now start to see cracks breaking between rooms and chambers. Survival checks now are at a disadvantage as you try to get out of this thing alive.
We just want to go back the way we came.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Guys going? All right. 20-foot jump to that hole. How are you guys getting up there? Oh no, I'm sorry, my bad. Here, let's see the integrity of it. It holds as the building begins to fall. As you go up, I'll say Azoth and Howard, you can make it up backwards up the slide water fixture that Azoth had created.
Oh, the badger hole?
Yep, out of the badger hole.
Okay.
You climb yourself up into the badger hole. The structure breaks at this moment from the building shifting, and part of the wall slide shift. You hear the boulder get dislodged and roll further into off down a misguided course further. Yanni with Remus and Finks runs up to the badger hole. Just as the structure breaks in front of them, you have a 20-foot jump up into the hole. What are you doing? Think fast, guys.
Yeah, I don't know if this will work, Yanni.
This is a lot of damage that's going to hurt.
Oh, hold on.
When the building falls.
We're going to try this. I'm going to take out my collection of blink spider dust, give it to myself, Finks, and Yanni, and hope that somehow the magic can make us teleport up to 20 feet.
What dust?
Blink spider dust.
Blink
From that
spider
cavern
dust.
Howard and I were in that we killed them in.
I remember the blink spider. Pull it out, throw it over you guys.
Yeah. I have no ideas if this will work.
You guys are sitting there waiting.
We make jumping
Didn't work.
motions.
Didn't work.
Try ingesting it.
Tensor's disc. Who's that?
I can't do
You guys are
doesn't
20
float
feet
up.
below the badger hole. What are you guys doing to get into it? With every second you guys wait, you can feel the shifting of the plates go.
Can I shape water a ladder for them?
Noise is kind of busting and breaking from below.
Can I shape water a ladder for them to climb up?
Quickly enough, you shape it down. You guys make a dex check with disadvantage, pulling up and trying to climb up this icy ladder that he forms.
All right. 19 is my low roll.
Oh,
That's good.
Got an 8.
Yanni, what you get?
13.
13. You guys just break forth and are running up the badger hole. When it happens, I need everyone to make dexterity saving throws for me with disadvantage as you're all scurrying up this badger hole, running as you all feel the structure of this giant crossed snap finally as you hear one final and this noise that you're hearing is like living in a earthquake as there's a sound of ice breaking, tearing, ground shattering. There is the noise of collapsing tunnel crashes, this horrific alien-like noise busting through as you hear as you all now feel yourself falling. Azoth, survival check. What did I say? Dexterity check, disadvantage.
18.
Ooh. Okay. Howard.
15.
Got it. Yanni.
18.
Finks.
8.
Okay. Remus.
15.
15. Everyone, for the most part, this is nice. You think you got this. There's a bust of, within a moment, there's a crack, there's a snap, and you all feel the rushing wind hit your face as you all start running and are now kind of this running on falling debris. Looking down, you see 100 feet drop as you're running through the air, just as you now begin to fall. Finks, you go to step and there is nothing. You are falling.
Can I reaction try to reach down and grab him real fast?
I'll make you a reactionary dexterity snag. Try to see if you can grapple him real quick.
11.
11. You go to snatch at Finks. Just missed him. Finks, you're falling. There is debris falling around you. You see the night sky. You see this structure behind you as you see it collapsing and falling behind you as there's the sound of crashing and dust and snow. You hear this monolithic noise of destruction following you. You're falling 100 feet. What are you doing?
Can I try and focus and cast the blink spell on myself? An attempt to go to the ethereal plane to find solid ground.
Give me a second. Because this is a big spot where we land off on. Is it blink?
Yep, level 3 spell.
Level 3.
Don't have much else.
I like it.
Okay, you cast it. Works for 1 minute. You are falling. Roll a d20 as you pop out of the plane of. You all look down quickly, and where you saw Finks, he kind of blinks out and vanishes.
All right, that's a 12.
You vanish out, and you are now rushing through the air in a almost slower fashion. I can so you can see here the plane cast shades of gray. You can move throughout the ethereal plane, I'm pretty sure too. It's kind of ghost-like, right?
Yeah.
All right, so you begin to fall, and it's kind of a moment before you catch yourself.
So, from my understanding, up and down, left, right, it's all the same there.
Yeah.
So
It's like a ghost kind of, but you just got to roll on that d20 at the beginning of your turns.
So I just want to move that 10 feet to everyone else is on big chunks of ice, I guess. debris.
For the moment, like they're tapping on them, but when they move, it's gonna jump. It's like a reactionary.
So yeah, I'd like to try and find the biggest, closest one and reset myself there.
Okay, you find the biggest, closest one within. You being a goblin, fairly easy. You find a large chunk of ice that you think you can kind of position yourself throughout on. Everyone else, what are you doing? Reactionary. You all, for the moment, are on a giant 20 feet chunk of ice as you're all like, whoa, what are we doing? Rushing air, looking down 100 feet, approaching you guys fast.
Can we
What are
ride
you
this
doing?
thing like a sled? If we were on the mountain, can we just take this giant ice chunk down like a sled?
If you are, we don't want on the mountain, you could, but you are currently free falling on this.
What? Can we not?
It kind of broke, and as it tipped, you guys went from a leaning on the wall to the wall is now falling down.
Yeah, but is this like rotating, or is this we're all on top of this?
Oh, it's got this slow rotation to it, like it's kind of tumbling.
I mean,
Depending on how you all jump and kick off of it will determine its trajectory, I guess.
Well, I think what Azoth is suggesting is we all stay on it till we get close enough to the ground.
Right. So if we were in this if we were in this structure and it is now broken off, and theoretically when we climbed up here to begin with, we were in a mountain. So if we were in a mountain cave and we were at this point where it's broken off, if we just stay in this big piece, it theoretically should hit the mountain, and then we can just ride this down if it's like an avalanche or something.
So you're not on a mountain. You guys are in a solid, just straight structure. Like if you looked at one of the cross, like what it looks like in that giant like landmass, like what's like you guys are looking at you guys are on a
we're on like a thick block of ice, right?
You guys are essentially on a giant iceberg, a chunk of an iceberg that is 700 feet tall, in the placed on a plane. You were on a giant chunk of ice that was kind of set in there, and it was skinny. It was thinner, but thinner than it was taller. And you guys were about halfway up throughout it, and it just snapped, and part of it is now just falling.
What would it fall into?
It's going to fall to the ground that was next to it. Whatever was below and within the base of this ice, that giant eye that blinked, broke free, broke the structure of this giant ice thing you guys were in, and it is now basically demoing the building. A giant skyscraper of ice you guys are in or out is now being demoed.
So I think what we're trying to do is we're trying to coordinate on this large ice mass that we're riding down right now. We're trying to level it out and stabilize it, and then use the ice itself to absorb most of the blow of our fall.
Okay.
Am I on the same page with that?
Yeah, like
so it's like a platform of ice that is kind of, you guys got busted out of this giant part of the structure. As it fell, you guys met free air, and all with your saving throw landed on a piece of ice that is now falling.
Yeah.
You guys are like,
so I use the fall as our cushion and ride it out.
Right. So my question is right now, above us and what we can see, are we seeing stars? Are we seeing the outside? Are we still seeing the inside?
Oh, you guys are outside now.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, there is the outside, and around you, there is the structure of this giant structure of ice has now been falling and collapsing around you.
All right, so now we can see the stars, we can see the forest,
a moon, yeah.
Where theoretically where we killed the dragon and all that jazz.
Theoretically, yes, you can see a horizon, yeah.
So what I was suggesting is we just stay on that whatever it is that we're on and let that ride this down until it stops wherever it's going.
Okay, so you guys are on this 20-foot essentially large platform. It's free falling, dropping directly down. It's not going at an angle like sliding on a sled off a mountain. It's just dropping down. So you guys standing on top of it, as it drops, you're just going to be falling on it. Understood?
Yeah, I mean, water some like handles.
Yeah, we could still use the platform to absorb the damage.
Yeah,
you could definitely, but like as it falls, you guys may start to fall up, kind of like like.
And I'm gonna water shape handles for us to hold on to.
There you go. All right, cool. got some water-shaped handles. Got it. You quickly. I'll say make a dexterity check to see how fast you are to fashion enough handles for everyone.
11.
11. Unfortunately, in the quick reaction, you focus just enough handles just for yourself. As you got to rushing down. What are you guys doing? Azoth, you got handles for yourself. Finks, you're over on a different piece of ice.
Yeah,
apart from everyone else.
I want to try and make my way back to them.
Roll a d20 with the roll. What's everyone else doing as this is falling?
I'll use one of the daggers and just kind of stab it in and use that as a handle.
Make a strength roll.
Okay. 14.
14. You dag it in pretty well, and you hold on to the dagger. You just don't know how much traction it's going to be. You may slip your hand grip off of it, but we'll see. Yanni, Remus, what are you guys doing right now? As you are on a platform that is just freeboarding through the night air. It is dropping steadily and fast. The ground is approaching. What are you doing to brace for impact? What are you trying to do for this?
Well,
cast a spell, do something, who knows?
While we're going down, I'm going to take 3 daggers, 2 with my hands, 1 with my tail, and secure myself. And then once I feel like we're like getting close to 20 to 10 feet away, I'm going to try and jump off so it's less impactful on me, and the ice structure takes most of the brunt of the force coming down.
Okay. Yanni, what are you doing? Is everyone else bracing for impact?
So everyone is on that's going down?
Apart from Finks, who you guys saw blink out of existence. He blinked out. He vanished.
I'm riding it till the jump point, or my jump point.
As soon as it starts going?
As soon as it's dropping, yeah.
As everyone's starting to do their stuff, I'm just going to start sprinting towards the right side of the platform, and I'm going to just scream in a turning motion, "You're going to have to trust me," and I'm just jumping straight out.
And with that, you see Yanni run off and dive out, swan dive set. Make a dexterity save with disadvantage. As you just launch off, you see the pitch black night with a few stars hit. What's your roll?
14.
14. You dive off and you feel the wind go. You vanish. You guys all hear Yanni kind of just scream for a moment, and it just, you don't hear him.
Do I see him?
Make a perception check, because you may.
Nope. 7.
I dislodge my dagger, say, "Well, all right." Oh, he's gone. I can't run off the iceberg.
All right.
I'm following Yanni.
You following Yanni. Run off, make a dexterity check with disadvantage as you run off and just.
Can I do a acrobatics thing and just do a flip or something too?
Or just for style?
Sure.
I want style points. Come on.
Acrobatics with disadvantage.
I'll take it.
We have 3 viewers in. I'm pretty sure it's you guys all. We were wrapping this up.
I got to read. I got a 17.
17. You dive out and you feel the cold night air just ripping behind you as your face. You kick off of one of the boulders that you were going to go in line with. You move out. You don't see. You do not see Yanni anywhere. I will say it is pitch dark now as you're diving into the darkness. You hear, as you have jumped off, this. As you all are hearing parts of this structure collapsing and smashing into the ground now too. As Azoth and Howard, as you both are on this, are still gripping on for it as it begins to reach impact. Finks, Roll a d20 for me.
Okay, so on my turn, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself. and
Okay.
Heal back to full health. So that's a 6.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attempt to blink, get some. I don't know. Is there anything anything more preferable to the rock I'm on? Anything a little bit higher, a little bit closer to the party, within 10 feet?
I mean, the rock within that you would be closest to you is about 10 feet away. You could try to jump for it if you wish to, but you all see they were on the one platform. See Finks pop in. Howard and Azoth, you see Finks pop in over there.
How far was Finks away from us, or is he on the same platform now?
He can attempt to make a jump for it.
All right. Well, seeing what just happened, how far away is he from me?
Finks is 10 feet away from where you guys would be on this giant 20-foot long, 20-foot wide giant ice path. Is this now? Make a decision fast, guys.
Hold on. You said he's on the same platform again, or no? I'm sorry.
He's on another. He's 10 feet away from where.
10 feet, okay,
10 feet away,
our
looking away
platform.
from you guys.
Gotcha. So I'm going to. I hate having to do this. All right. I'm going to Misty Step over to him, 30 feet away.
Okay.
I'm going to grab him.
Grab him.
Trust me on this, and I'm just going to run and jump off with him in tow.
Finks, roll a d20 for me real quick.
I was hoping you wouldn't do something like that. I hope I don't blink. 2.
Two.
Good one.
You're good. You grab him and you dive off. Azoth, you're holding on to this ice structure as everyone else has dove off. By the way, Howard, roll a dex save. Dex save? No, dex check disadvantage. Dex check disadvantage. As you dive off with Finks. Azoth, what are you doing? Are you riding this out?
No, I'll shout. You only live once or so, I've heard, and I'll jump off too.
As you
15
all
with
dive off
disadvantage.
of this, by this point, it's been 2 rounds. It's moved maybe 10 feet. Quickly thinking, just jump, run, jump. You all start feeling the rush of air. And we're going to pick up there next week as you all meet the ground 70 feet away. Guys, we'll pick up there next week. I was your Dungeon Master, Anthony. Thank you so much for joining along with this campaign, the Faybala 5, as well as their guest, Yanni. John from Keep Flying. They just put out he disappeared on us. Typical Yanni fashion, it seems like. He is one of the members of the band Keep Flying that Ricky also helps out with. They put out a brand new album just now a couple of weeks ago, last year at the end of 2020. There was some good to come out of it apart from us. We got some new music from some bands, as well as some new music on its way from other bands. So head on over, check out Keep Flying, check out their new album, Survival. You can get it over at smartpunk.org.
Smartpunkshop.com, I believe.
Smartpunkshop.com. That would be better. Oh, wait, hold on. We have another. We have.
He's coming back.
Uh-oh. The man, the myth, the legend, the one, the only. Yanni. As we were saying, everyone.
Snack time.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I am your Dungeon Master. Thank you so much. I'm going to let the players sign off. Listen, before I go, before I forget to say it, please check us out on social media at Podcasters Tabletop Gaming, Podcasters_Tabletop Gaming. Check out our YouTube. Check out Twitch. If you're watching live, thank you so much for holding through. If you're catching this on the replay, if you want to catch it live, we usually don't go 3-4 hours into this. This was a longer session. They were trying to escape, and I was trying to work them through this. But hit subscribe, follow along for next time, guys. Sell yourselves, let everyone know where to go. Yanni, John, how is Survival doing? You've been returning because we brought you on as a guest initially to push off and promo the new Keep Flying album. He muted himself on us.
Oh, there it is. It's going good. We got a lot of announcements this week. I'm really just staying because I like all you guys and I like playing D&D. And I'm having a really fun time with y'all.
I love it.
The record's doing well. I hope. To be honest, I haven't really been paying attention about it a lot this week. Rick's been doing that. But we're doing our first live stream show this month. We're announcing it tomorrow. So we're pretty pumped about We have not played a note of music together since March 8th of
Oh
last.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's something.
Like,
Well then.
And
Which,
that's
wait,
it.
hold on. March 8th, was that Buffalo?
Albany?
Clifton Park.
Oh, okay.
It was
Buffalo
close.
was one of those last shows. That was one of the last days.
I remember. Sorry, guys. I mean, if you're tuning in for right now, you get a little bit of fun fact. So me and Chris were at the Buffalo show, and we remember right when COVID-19 was when it was kicking in, we're just like, wow, we're at a concert, guys. Who knows when we're going to be at the next one? Keep Flying was our last concert in a venue. That was weird. So looking forward to a new live stream. That's going to be awesome. So, by the time that everyone's listening to this and checking it out on the replay, if you haven't yet, go through, listen to Keep Flying, check out Survival, download, stream. If you're a vinyl collector, pick it up. There are some future presents coming. And I'll let my players sign off. Azoth, let everyone know where they can find you.
Azoth tweets time to time at Podcasters Azoth. He kind of speaks his mind freely over there about the most nonsensical of things. So
perfect. Check him out. Support him. Danny, Howard.
Danny Chavez. You can follow Howard on Twitter at PodcastersH. You can follow my silly art sometimes, and mini painting. Ratfink Arts on Facebook and Instagram. Go check it out, as well as all the other great shows on BICBP. Check them out. They're great.
Finks.
all right. If Finks survives this fall, then you can follow him on Twitter at PodcastersFinks. Otherwise, it'll just be dead forever and never update. You can follow me on Instagram at Phoenix Forge for some miniature painting. I just got my 3D printer plugged back in today. And I'm going to get back to that. So hopefully we printed up some terrain. Maybe we'll be taking some pictures of that.
I just had a mini miss out and run out of filament at like 70% done. So I need to.
It's a rite of passage.
Yep. What's happened? This is the first time I ran out of filament, but we'll see. That's awesome, guys. Check out Finks and check out the Phoenix Forge. Remus, what were you saying?
Well, I'm Remus. My question about 3D printing is, can you start at the 70% or do you have to start all over again?
I'm going to try and see if I can resume where I was at, because I think I may be at that same level, but I may have.
It
can happen, but
good luck.
I print in 2D. I go to FedEx office and print all my shit. You can find Remus at Podcasters Remus on Twitter. You can find me at Rick_Coates on Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff.
or at FedEx.
You'll see me there printing out shipping labels for Depop and eBay because I'm just trying to sell shit I don't need anymore. Anthony plugged survival stuff. I would definitely be on the lookout. There's going to be some pretty fun things along with the live stream this week or this next week coming. It's in a couple weeks. We'll announce the date tomorrow. It doesn't matter. But either way, there are more things at hand this month, so be on the lookout.
You guys go. All right. Well, till then, get your D20s ready, because till next time, keep rolling.
I think that adds up to 20.
To point the D20.
I know. I love that Tony also put up D6.